Allison's parents are Dustin and Wendy Buchanan, and they live in Silva. She's escorted tonight by Wendy, Dustin, and her brother Tucker. After high school, Addison plans to attend Toccoa Falls College in Georgia and major in ministry leadership and minor in business administration. She hopes to have her own women's ministry and to travel around the world showing others the love of Jesus Christ. Addison Buchanan. Before our next student athlete, Coach Olin Dunford asked me to read this announcement. Kira Fowler started her basketball career as a freshman on the varsity team. Shortly into her sophomore season, however, she was sidelined with a major injury that would shorten her basketball career. However, she never let her condition take away her passion for the game. Kira continued to be a loyal and true advocate for our team, and I was happy to have her as a part of the Lady Mustangs basketball team as long as I did. She will graduate a Lady Mustang. Thank you, Coach Olin Duncan. Kira Fowler. Her parents' names are Ron and Missy Fowler, and they live in Cashers. She's escorted by her mom and dad and her brother, Cameron. After high school, Kira plans to attend a 4-year university and obtain a degree in biochemistry and psychology. Kira Fowler. Hannah Huddleston. Hannah's parents are William and Melody Huddleston, and they live in Silva. She's escorted by her mother and father and her sister, Naya. After graduation, Hannah will begin her college journey at WCU in pursuit of her ultimate goal of a PhD in medicine. Basketball has allowed Hannah to create lifelong friendships and memories. She says, "Thank you to all of my coaches and teammates for helping me become the person and player that I am today." Hannah Huddleston. Allison Faith Mackey. Allison's parents are Courtney and Stacy Mackey, and they live in Silva. She's escorted by her parents. After high school, Allison plans to attend Florida Gulf Coast University and major in the PGA Golf Management Program. She also hopes to pursue her modeling dreams. Allison Mackey. Natalie Paris. Natalie's parents are Robert and Amy Paris, and they live in Silva. She's escorted by her mother and father, her sister, Kaylee, her uncle Jim, and her cousin Sophia. After high school, Natalie plans to attend a 4-year university and obtain a degree in health science. She also hopes to travel and do missionary work. Natalie Paris. Juliana Welch. Juliana's parents are Shannon and Tony Welch, and they live in Silva. She's escorted by her mom. After high school, Juliana plans to attend NC State University and obtain a degree in environmental science. After college, she plans to get a job with the National Park Service and become a wildlife rehabilitator. Juliana Welch. One more big round of applause for all our seniors and the varsity girls team. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the campus of Smoky Mountain High School. We welcome our guests, the Franklin Panthers, tonight. For your convenience, restrooms are located in the lobby, and the Athletic Boosters concession stand is open with pizza and chicken sandwiches. You can also buy 50-50 raffle tickets there. Please help us keep the gym clean by picking up and disposing of your trash. Also, reminder that this is a smoke-free campus. Any tobacco products are prohibited. Thank you. Also, keep your mask on, socially distance, use hand sanitizer, which is available in the lobby. A reminder quickly that the conference tournament is being hosted here at Smoky Mountain High School next Wednesday and Thursday. Seatings and game times will be available on Monday. Thank you.
All right, that's the senior night festivities for the girls here at Smoky Mountain High School as we welcome you in to the varsity side of our broadcast. Lady Panthers are coming on to the court, and the Mustangs are coming onto the court as well. And they will start running the clock here in just a few moments. If you're watching on the Franklin Panther Sports Network, YouTube, and Facebook, this broadcast is going to be different than any you have seen throughout the season, as the Jackson County school system wanted us to come and do this, but they're not allowing us to air any commercials. So it's just going to be me and you, Tony.
Yes.
We're not heading to break. We're going to have some interviews throughout, after the game, for the games, and at halftime, as Dylan Garcia will be boarding some guests. I do believe that we've got football coaches that are going to come by, maybe even some basketball coaches that are going to come by and chat with Dylan Garcia throughout tonight. Well, I guess it's still afternoon. We're inside, and it's kind of dreary and dark outside, but it's still afternoon. This Saturday afternoon of basketball. Glad that you are with us. It's a Trimulcast. We're on the SMHS Athletics YouTube page, also the Franklin Panther Sports Network YouTube and Facebook this afternoon. Regular season finale, Tony.
Yes.
Tournament begins next week here at Smoky Mountain High School, and we're going to have those games here across these three social media channels. But the Lady Panthers, last time they were out, Tony, suffered a defeat.
The first one of the season.
First one of the season,
yes,
to the Pisgah Lady Bears in Canton. Only were able to muster 29 points
right
in that contest. The lowest output of the season. They were averaging 60 to 70 points throughout. Only able to muster 29. I think only scored 13 in the second half.
Yes.
So I don't know, Coach Scott Hartbarger is concerned, but I don't think he's worried. Maybe that was just an outlier, only 29 points. Offense can go to sleep sometimes.
Yes, and you know, it was a loss of a game, but you know, more importantly, it was a loss of Kanan Drake, you know, in that first half. So she didn't even get to finish the rest of that game. And hopefully with her her ankle injury, she'll be back. She will be back for the conference tournament,
which begins. They've shuffled the dates. It's now on Wednesday and Thursday of next week.
Yes.
And it'll be right here at Smoky Mountain High School. Speaking of the conference tournament, I've got projected seeds and the seed matchup here. We can talk about that as we got about 7.5 before we'll get this one underway. Next Wednesday here at Smoky Mountain High School at 3:45, we'll tip off the girls' side. Number 1 seed versus the number 4 seed. 5:15 boys semifinal, the first of the night. That's the number 1 seed and the number 4 seed. The girls' second semifinal of the night is at 6:45, number 2 and number 3 seeds, and then the boys' varsity number 2, number 3 at 8:15 that night. I've looked at the standings here, and what I can muster are the following.
This is when it gets interesting.
This is when it gets interesting. All right. I don't know how they're going to determine if Franklin wins this game tonight.
Right.
They've already beaten Smoky one time. And Pisgah wins.
Correct.
They both finished tied with identical records. Let's say it's 9-1 for both. That's what
Correct.
it would be if neither lose, or if both lose and still have the same record. They would take on Brevard.
Okay.
One of those two, either Pisgah or Franklin, in the first girls semifinal. The boys have it pretty easy here. It's pretty easy. The number 1 seed is Hendersonville by a long shot. They won the conference last Friday.
Correct.
They're 9-0. They play today. And they will play either Brevard or Smoky. If things work out, Smoky comes in to tonight's game at 2-7. Brevard comes into their game at 3-6. So things could still happen.
Yes.
In that matchup. The 6:45 game, again, Franklin Pisgah, whoever's the number 2 seed, would take on Smoky, coming to this game at 6-3. Even if they lost, they would still have a better record than Brevard. And then the nightcap, Pisgah against Franklin. That is one thing I do know for almost a fact, unless some weird things that I haven't been told, which is possible.
Anything can happen.
Franklin comes into tonight's game against Smoky Mountain at 5-4, and Pisgah will be the number 2 seed, and they're at 7-2. So even if Franklin lost, Pisgah lost, or won, doesn't matter. You've got that one almost a lock. The rest of the matchups on Wednesday are still kind of up in the air.
Man,
is that pretty good?
That is.
There you go. There's a copy of it.
That is detailed. That sounds like I was in a class right there.
Let's. By the way, we've got some time. Let's run through the records.
Yeah.
Of the Mountain 6 girls standings. Pisgah and Franklin are knotted up at 8-1. Mm-hmm. Smoky comes in at 6-3 to tonight's game. Brevard at 3-5. East is at 1-7, and Hendersonville at 0-9. And if you just tuned in, maybe Smoky Mountain fans are joining us. We've been talking about this throughout the year. The Mountain 6 Conference not having a JV tournament, and they're only accepting the top 4 seeds. So you've got to be in the top 4 to qualify for the tournament, because they're going to have the semifinals and then the finals. So if you're not in the top 4, if you're a 5 or 6 seed, then you don't qualify for the tournament. In years past, that hasn't been the case. They've had the first round at satellite sites, number 1, number 2 seeds get byes, and then the rest of you fight it out to qualify for the semifinals. Same with junior varsity.
Correct.
They had satellite sites on a Friday, and I think they only had 4 qualifiers. And then you had the finals the night of the varsity finals.
And this is where I'm going to chime in on, like, it is kind of unfair for the JV not to have one, because I just got finished watching the middle school one. So middle school has it, varsity has it, but no JV. So that's just me just adding on a little bit too, because I've gotten a lot of text messages from JV parents saying we're not going to have a tournament, and kind of trying to explain to them.
Wow.
Yes, you should be thankful that you actually even played these games that you played, because there's been a lot of cancellations throughout the season, and just to get these games in that they got was pretty strong, and the tournament, not having a tournament, it's okay, but it's going to give a lot of those JV people, JV players, a little motivation to make sure that they're on varsity next year and get in there to get in that tournament. Because we don't know how long it's going to last, where they're just inviting 4 players. I mean, 4 teams.
No, you're right, and
it might last next season. It might do it next season as well. So.
Next year, by the way, conferences are going to change. I don't know if you heard about this.
Oh yes, I have.
Yeah, conference realignment. Smoky Mountain, Franklin still going to be in the same conference. Hendersonville heading out of the conference along with Brevard.
Yes.
And I was told this week if things do hold up and they don't change anything, which I don't think they are for the conference that both the Mustangs and the Panthers are going to be part of, they're going to name it the, get ready, Mountain 7 Conference.
Yes, Mountain
7 Conference, getting real creative here.
Yes.
But that's good because you don't have to think about another conference name.
Yes.
The 10, 15 years that I've been involved with Franklin Athletics and Smoky Mountain, I think there have been 3 different conferences, maybe 4 different conferences, and I think they've all had different names. In fact, one of them was changed midstream. It was the, Western, what was it called? Appalachian Athletic Conference. It was the Appalachian Athletic Conference to begin with, and evidently there's a collegiate Appalachian Athletic Conference.
There is.
And somebody pitched a fit. And then they changed it to the West North Carolina Athletic Conference. They were in the Mountain Athletic Conference for a while. The Mountain 6, obviously now it's going to be the Mountain 7 next year.
And it's actually going to be a very strong conference as well. You know, adding Tuscola and West Henderson, North Henderson, adding those schools, it's going to make it a strong, strong conference.
Well, they have stopped the clock, which is a good sign.
It's almost game time.
It is almost time to get this one underway. I don't know if they're going to have the starting lineups or not. They might. And if you joined us for the junior varsity game that we had before, are going to have the starting lineups in the national anthem. The PA announcer also did color commentating for us.
Followed by our national anthem to be sung by 3 seniors, Hannah Huddleston, Allison Mackey, and Holland Raymond.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran high, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A trio singing
Yes.
our national anthem this afternoon. Did a fantastic job.
Very good.
We'll have the starting lineups introduced, I believe. Maybe not. We will not. We're just going to roll the ball out there. Of course, in these coronavirus pandemic rules, the visiting team has the opening possession because there's not a jump ball. And then so Franklin will have the opening possession. We want to welcome in, if she's ready, Dylan Garcia. She's got her mic hot. She's going to be roaming the sidelines for us. Good to see you again, Dylan. We invited you back. She's going to be rounding up some guests to talk because we will not be able to air commercial announcements per the Jackson County school system. We are underway here at Smoky Mountain High School. George Young, Tony Christie, regular season finale. Candace Parker jacks can't hit. Natalie Parrish with it for the Lady Mustangs up top. She looks to direct traffic for Coach Dunford.
And the Lady Panthers look like they came out in a man-to-man in this first possession.
Underneath, knocked away. Welch had it briefly. Knocked away from her. Mackey will kick it over to Paris. Now underneath, it's Huddleston. Looking for position. Gives it up to Paris. Tiptoes that baseline. And it's out of bounds.
Good defense by the Lady Panthers. Kendall Burns getting our first starts this year for the injured Kanan Drake.
Got injured in that Pisgah game. Dangerous pass. Parker feeds it underneath. Knocked away. Paris can't hit. Rebound picked up by Kendall Burns. I did attempt to watch the security camera footage that Pisgah was putting out.
Yes.
But I got frustrated and I did not watch much of that game. We've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. 6:37 to go. Early timeout for Coach Scott Hartbarger. As we've got a mic right at the scores table, and the official decided that he wanted to join us at broadcast. We'll turn that down a little bit. Coach Scott Hartbarger early on here, Tony, wanted to call timeout, talk things over with 6:37 to go, first quarter.
Yes, he wanted to make sure. If you notice, they've started a small lineup, and it looks like he wants to pressure him the whole full court man. And he had to get that together, make sure the young ladies knew exactly where they were supposed to be going.
Natalie Paris, Coach Dunford, brings it up, finds Welch, feeds over to Paris. Back out up top it goes. Under 6.5 left. Opening quarter. Paris drives in. Wild shot wouldn't fall. Offensive board. The stick back wouldn't fall underneath. And the rebound secured by Sydney Williams. Nevaeh Tran, the senior, for Hartbarger. As her pass knocked away, it secured Paris. High off the glass and good. Natalie Paris will get the scoring going and put Smoky up early, 2-0.
In the Smoky Mountain, they're in a 1-2-2 defense.
Parker running shot wouldn't fall. Paris with the rebound. Up court. Partially blocked over the corner. It's going to be Candace Parker coming out with it. Off it goes Tran. Nice dish. Tori Inslee off the glass to tie it up. Paris will drift towards the hole and get the buckets. So we approach 5 minutes left. Of course, at the 4-minute mark, you have a break, a masked breather break, as Williams feeds underneath it. It's knocked away. Paris for three. Can't get the roll. Offensive board, and we've got a whistle underneath. Hannah Huddleston is going to head to the free throw line. She will shoot two. Foul whistled on Sydney Williams. First one up and good for Huddleston.
And the Lady Panthers need to kind of pick it up a little bit.
A little lethargic coming out of the gate.
Very.
Second shot wouldn't fall. Candace Parker. Lazy pass picked up by Burns. Burns' pass is going to be knocked away. Buchanan brings it down and gets her pocket knocked away. It's out of bounds. Approaching 4.5 left in the opening period, with Smoky up 5-2. Knocked out of bounds. I'm going to say it will be with Smoky. Quickly inbounds. In the corner, a three up and good. Natalie Paris opens up the Mustang lead, now 8-2.
And Natalie Paris has 7 of those 8 points.
Chapman knocked away. Franklin gets it in. It's Tori Inslee baseline. She couldn't get it to go. Williams fights for the rebound. Off her leg. Smoky going to come up with it. It's Allison Mackey in the backcourt. Guarded by Nevaeh Tran. As the official just fell and hit the scores table.
It was loud in the earphone, in the headphones there.
They've got to fight for it up top. Possession arrow is going to be with Smoky Mountain. 3:48 to go. First quarter, we've got the mass timeout now. Again, if you just joined us on the Franklin Panther Sports Network, YouTube and Facebook, it's a little different, a lot different than what you have seen throughout the regular season. We won't be able to be taking breaks here, no commercials, so me and Tony will keep it here as we've got the mask break. They'll take a break to breathe.
And so the Lady Panthers, they only have 2 points right now. And they've started off, very lethargic, but it's actually a perfect storm of 2 things. One senior night here. Mm-hmm. One senior night here, and the other thing is Kanan Drake not being in the game. That's this is the first time they've played without her. Starting the game without her, and if you lose anytime you lose a player that's a contributor, it's tough. But when you lose a 3-time all-conference player, it's gonna be real tough. So they need to pick it up and try to. Some players need to step up.
Out of the mask break, we are underway. Paris feeding underneath. Kick it back out. Stuman couldn't get the 3 ball to go. A long offensive board tracked down in the corner to the hole. Paris, it's knocked away. It's picked up to the hole. Candace Parker couldn't get it to go. Paris. Dipsy-doo can't get the roll. Franklin comes out with it briefly. Caught in the corner and a turnover. In the paint, we've got a whistle. And it's going to be a reach-in foul on Franklin. Tori Inslee is going to pick up the foul. Second whistled on the Panthers. Smoky looks to get it in. They do in the corner. 3 up off the mark by Paris. Long board. Franklin comes out with it as we approach 3 minutes left. Williams in the trees. Going to get fouled.
And that's what they need to do. Get it inside to Williams.
Brinley Flynn going to pick up her first personal. First on Smoky so far in this one. Couldn't get the one at the charity stripe for Sydney Williams. She'll get one more. Got the roll. Spencer brings it up, kicks it over to Paris. Stuman kicks it into the corner. It's Spencer again. She's going to be double teamed. We've got a whistle, and it's out of bounds.
Turnover. I don't know, but the flow to this game just isn't right just yet.
In the corner. Sydney Chapman going to dribble up. Get double teamed, lift a pass, knocked around, still on the floor. Smoky comes out with it. Now they're going to turn it over. Sydney Chapman had it briefly. Well, this is a Saturday afternoon, too. It's a little different time of day, and it's the weekend. So
their clocks aren't made for this. They're not used to this yet.
Is it considered a holiday weekend with Valentine's Day tomorrow? Some people do. I think women do.
Yes.
Women consider it a holiday.
Definitely a holiday.
A traveling violation on Smoky Mountain. Nevaeh Tran directing traffic for Coach Scott Hartbarger. Over to Chapman. Long pass over to McCollum, who has checked in. I'd say last touch by Smoky Mountain. $1:55 left, first quarter.
This reminds me of the second half of the when the Franklin Panthers Smoky Mountain game. This is the same flow that they had, and they did very well to come back and get into that game.
Another turnover for the Lady Panthers. See if Smoky can capitalize as Spencer brings it up. Harris now up top. Drives in, kicks it into the corner. It's Stuman for three. That one wouldn't fall. Forward by Spencer. Her shot blocked. Nevaeh Tran. Finds Chapman. She goes in and gets hacked. Check that was Tori Inslee that drove in and got hacked. She'll be at the line.
And we're 6 minutes and 30 seconds into this, and we only have one field goal.
Tori Inslee is at the free throw line.
One more for Tori. She hits the second. Our vantage point, I've got like three people in front of me, including the official.
Exactly.
I have to just watch the monitor here.
I think that, I'll do that because I can't see anything.
And we've got a jump ball. Zeshadero is going to be with Franklin. 8-4. Smokies doubled up the Lady Panthers. We approach a minute left, first quarter. George Young, Tony Christie, our Travelcast, 2 YouTube channels and a Facebook page. Sounds like a country song at some point. Tori Inslee drives in, kicks it over. Three wouldn't fall. Kennedy Stuman in the backcourt. Dishes to Natalie Paris. She dribbles into the front court. Cross-court pass, Stuman into the corner. Spencer for three. Well off the mark. Underneath, an offensive board. That shot wouldn't fall. Another offensive rebound. That one wouldn't fall for the Mustangs. Down court, it's Tori Inslee. Fights to the hole, and her shot wouldn't fall. Under 15 seconds left. We've got a whistle and a quick jump ball underneath. And it's going to stay with the Lady Mustangs. Paris to Trigger. Gets it in up high. Underneath, nice dish. Off the glass. Well, that's going to do it. Smoky, final few seconds, adds a bucket to make it 10-4, 6-point advantage after one quarter here at Smoky Mountain High School. George Young, Tony Christie, along with you for today's contest. It is senior night here at Smoky Mountain. If you just tuned in, they had the girls' senior night before they warmed up. And they'll have the boys and the cheerleaders, too, before the boys' action. Of course, that'll follow the girls' varsity game.
Yes. And that first half of play, there was a lot of it seemed like that poor shooting has followed the Panthers here at the Smoky Mountain from Pisgah. You know, it seems like it's the same shooting that I watched on that security camera.
What frustrated me, I couldn't see the scoreboard very well.
Oh yeah, that's always an issue. Yeah, but all that it seems like they have to, you know, move the ball, get that zone, move from side to side, throw it down to Sydney Williams, or get Tori Inslee going to the hole, or actually open to shoot.
Inslee with it up top, going to attempt a deep three and hit.
Just like that.
And Smoky answers. Macy White with the trifecta. 13-7. Williams underneath, kicks it out. It's Nevaeh Tran, drive again. Finds Burns, open. Jumper good. And now both teams have opened up the second quarter on a scoring spurt. Back-to-back buckets. Kennedy Stuman up top, going to swing it over to Paris. Cross-court pass. Underneath Huddleston. Couldn't get it to go. Franklin comes out with it. It's under 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. Inslee had it briefly. Get a feed. Parker, and her shot in the lane would not fall. Stuman able to add the bucket to make it a 15-10. Smoky Mountain advantage. Deep three again. It's Inslee going to bank it home. Tori Inslee cuts the Lady Mustang lead to 2.
Give it a chance to go in. Put it up. Give it a chance to go in.
Spencer thought about it. Vicious, dangerous pass. Secured Paris. Goes up. Count it. And one.
Fouls on number 24.
Sydney Williams will pick up her second. And it'll be the third on Franklin. (17-13) and 1 for Natalie Paris at the charity stripe as Aiden Nicholson checks into the game for Coach Olin Dunford and the Lady Mustangs. Panthers come out with the rebound. Nevaeh Tran swings it over again. It's Inslee. Her pass well over the head of her intended receiver, Parker. And then Smoky turns it over. Parker's shot is blocked, and Spencer can't save it out of bounds.
The offense has opened up in the second quarter, but it still seems a little...
Catch and shoot three. Inslee can't hit from well beyond the arc. Inslee secures it. Goes up. That one wouldn't fall. Paris comes down with it. Paris to the hole off the glass.
That's 11 for Paris in this first half.
Definitely the Natalie Paris show in this first half, and a turnover up top.
And she sang the national anthem.
She can sell some popcorn next. 21-13 after that bucket. Coach Scott Hartbarger has seen enough.
Yes.
And he has called timeout to talk things over. Tony, how do you get out of a shooting slump and really all around defensively and offensively a slump here if you're Coach Scott Hartbarger?
It's a you got to remember, this is still a rivalry game. You know, this is the battle of Cowee, and that, you know, no matter what the standings say, it's going to be a tough game. And so when that happens, anything like that, anytime you go into a hostile environment, even though there aren't fans in here really, you have to get the ball inside. You have to move it around and get it inside and get fouled. Because what happens when a team is making a run, if you can get to the free throw line and make free throws, you will break that run. And that right now, that's not really happening. Shooting some jump shots, made some, but we have to make sure we get that ball inside and get the sure 2 points or a foul.
That's what Coach Scott Harbarger is talking about to his team, Coach Olin Dunford and the Smoky Mountain Lady Mustangs. He's got to be pleased with what he's seen so far.
And they're actually doing that. They're getting the ball to the basket and getting fouls. If you look at the, the foul count's only 2 to 3, but they've gotten several layups. They've only made 2 3-pointers.
Tori Inslee gets double teamed, kicks it over. Collum had it briefly, knocked away from her.
And one of the misconceptions about playing against the zone is that you have to pass it, around. You can penetrate the zone off the dribble.
And it goes. It's Parker for 3.
Good shot by Candace.
Inbounds play, catch and shoot. Smoky tries to answer. That one wouldn't fall for Mackey, and out of bounds. Oh, they'll say a jump ball. And the possession arrow going to stay with the Lady Mustangs. 4:45 left. Spencer looks to trigger. Gets it into Paris. Shot blocked. And it's out of bounds and off of a Lady Mustang.
Great hustle by Tori Inslee to come over to get that shot.
It's Nevaeh Tran bringing it up for Coach Scott Harbarger on the final regular season night of basketball here in the Mountain 6 Conference. The tournament going to begin on Wednesday. That one wouldn't fall. A deep one from McCollum, a long board. Smoky comes out with it quickly. It's Natalie Paris into the front court. Over to Spencer, back to Paris. Now Nicholson going to call out. Swing it back over. Spencer, Paris. Now to White, 3. Couldn't get the roll. Off of who? I'll say it was off of a Lady Panther. Smoky resets underneath their own basket. So we've just got a few more ticks and we'll have our mask break. Baseline shot wouldn't fall. But another whistle and a reach-in foul on a Lady Mustang. It's going against Natalie Paris.
And from the looks of it, with Natalie Paris having basically all the points, that'd be good if go at her a little bit on the offensive end.
Chapman couldn't get it to go. And on the rebound, a whistle. And we've got a foul coming up. It's going to go against Aiden Nicholson. That'll be her first and the 4th whistled so far on Smoky Mountain. As we are at the under 4-minute mask breather break, 21-16. Lady Mustangs have led the entire way in this one. Fans, if you just tuned into the Varsity Girls action here across our Trommelcast on the Franklin Panther Sports Network YouTube, Facebook, and the SMHS YouTube page. SMHS Athletics, I believe, specifically is the name that you look for. And guess what? We've got more basketball for you coming up Wednesday and Thursday of next week. They have asked us here at Smoky Mountain to produce the Mountain 6 Conference basketball tournament. We obliged, but we still can't play commercials. So we'll be talking a lot next week. Hopefully you've got your...
Yes, ready.
Do what? Oh, we can next week. Oh, I just been told we can play commercials. So
okay. Let's talk it.
You don't have to. That's right. You don't have to get your tonic water out.
Yeah, no. Wow.
First shot is up and good at the charity stripe for Rosalind McCollum. Well, after today's game, I'm not sure if I'll have a voice.
No, you will not.
Because I've been a little under the weather this week. And hopefully I can make it through. Shot would not fall.
Fouls on number 30, Tori Inslee. That's her second personal foul.
Tori Inslee going to pick up her second, as that's the 4th whistle on Franklin. Nicholson holds it high. We had some folks that did the junior varsity game before us. Addison Buchanan gets the roll. 24-17 Smoky Mountain. And as you know, have a lot to talk about in the beginning.
Yeah.
About midway through that JV boys game, they like
less and less.
We are out of stuff to talk about.
3 seconds.
3:18 left in the second. As bringing it up, it's Natalie Paris. Holding it high, Mackey. Or check that, that's going to be Nicholson that brings it out. Swings it over to Wyke. Now it's Paris. As we approach 3 minutes left. First half of action. Franklin won the first meeting between these two.
Yes.
As the shot went directly off the bottom of the backboard, came back into the hands of Paris. And what do we have underneath? Out of bounds, off of a Lady Panther.
So it must have been blocked. That's the only reason they can have it, if it was blocked.
Now getting it up top, it's Paris again in the paint. Another whistle. And Candace Parker going to pick up the foul for Franklin. That'll be the 5th whistle on the Lady Panthers. First on Parker. And he goes up top over to Paris. You just joined us. It's really been the Natalie Paris show. She has scored a boatload.
Yes, and a lot of assists too.
Smoky don't have the live stats going right now. We approach 2.5 left here in the second quarter. We've got all kinds of stuff. We just don't have live stats. That's what we need next, right, Tony?
Yep, live stats. Strong take by Rosalind McCullum on that one.
She'll be at the line for 2 shots. Natalie Paris will pick up the foul. That'll be the 5th whistle on Franklin, or on the Smoky Mountain as Franklin heads to the line. It's McCollum hitting the first. McCollum will have one more. Dylan, you all right over there?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I didn't know if you noticed, but when we were doing that inbound pass, Tori Inslee took out the ref again, knocked his feet clear out of him. So
just getting ready for football. That's what's happening. A whistle underneath, and it's a foul going against the Lady Panthers. Dylan Garcia, our sideline analyst and interviewer. She's going to be rounding up some halftime guests very shortly. We're just about 2 minutes, 16 seconds away from halftime break.
You know, on the 27th of January, when we played Smoky Mountain the first time, it was only a 9-point game. The Lady Panthers won 60-51, just to put that out there for everyone.
Yeah, it was a very close and hard-fought game. And we got a reach-in foul going against Smoky. That's going to be Addison Buchanan, who will pick up her first, 6th on Smoky. Tori Inslee again. Under 2 minutes left. Cross-court pass, dangerous, going to be secured. Shot would not fall. Underneath, another offensive rebound for Smoky. And they're going to say last touch by the Lady Mustangs as Sydney Williams will come off the bench for Coach Scott Harbarger and taking a seat. It's going to be Rosalind McCollum. $1:47 left. Inslee swings it over into the corner. 3, well off the mark for Chapman. Out of bounds. Last touch by Lady Mustang. You could hear that slap from here.
Over here.
That'll be a foul going against Aiden Nicholson. That'll be her second. 7th on the Lady Mustangs.
It's going to be a 1-and-1 for Tori Inslee.
First shot up and good for Tori Inslee. She'll get one more.
Torienzi's 12th point of the half.
Couldn't get the second offensive rebound. Now a whistle. We've got a injured Lady Panther, and that's Sydney Williams, as she hit the deck, and you can hear that she's in some pain on the court here. She went in the air to dive to try to secure that one and came down pretty hard there, Tony. All of her weight came right down on her side.
Yes, and that's it's bad. It's bad when things like that happen, especially so close to the end of the season.
So
hopefully
tend
she's okay.
to Sydney Williams, as it gets really quiet inside the gymnasium here at Smoky Mountain High School. Again, only 25 fans allowed in. I did get some clarification talking about the tournament.
Every team gets
they
12
are
tickets.
given 12 tickets to the lower seed and 13 tickets to the higher seed. So there you go.
Oh,
that'll equal 25.
Yes, that's interesting there.
Yeah.
And you know what's weird? Because we can't actually go to a commercial. That's when we usually go to commercial.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, she's up. So that's good.
Hopefully she just came down and really scared her. Yeah, really scared.
A lot of times like that, is the initial is scary, and then after kind of realize that it really wasn't that bad.
No, I'm hoping that's going to be the case.
Exactly.
Lynette Gibson, trainer for Franklin, is going to take a look at her. She's just sitting upright. And they'll talk to her here. Back to action. McCollum goes in, can't get it to go. Parker there with a rebound and the stick back.
2 points for Candace Parker.
Good rebound and good putback by Candace.
In the paint, wild shot for Paris. Got her own rebound, and she got the stick back. Natalie Paris makes it a 28-23. Smoky Mountain Mustang lead. Shot blocked in the paint. Paris hits a brick wall, and they're going to whistle an offensive foul on Natalie Paris.
Right.
Offensive foul for number 11, Natalie Paris. That's her third personal foul, 8 against the Mustangs.
Going to be the 8th whistled on the Mustangs. See what the Panthers can do here late, Tony. 40 seconds left as we've got another whistle. And it's going to be a blocking foul going against Smoky Mountain.
And one of the things you don't really realize when, because Kanan Drake was out, is that she was responsible. She averages 10.9 rebounds a game and 3.1 assists. So, that has to be a collective group that does that to make sure that the Lady Panthers don't, drop off any.
Tori Inslee going to take a seat and check it in. It's Nevaeh Tran. One more from McCollum. She got it to go. Baseline jumper off the mark for Stewman. Off to the races. Go to the Lady Panthers. Nevaeh Tran. It's an air ball. Knocked out of bounds. And it was last touched by Lady Mustang. And it goes in the corner. Up top, McCollum for 3. Can't get the roll. Into the front court, Stewman. Buchanan. Shot wouldn't fall. 2 seconds, 1 second at the buzzer. Would not fall.
That's the end of the first half. The score is Smoky
For Kendall Burns. 28-25 at the break.
50-50 raffle tickets are on sale at the concession stand. $5 for 1, 20 for 5.
And as we secure some halftime interviews,
We'll split at least $700
I'm looking to see if she's got some. I don't think she does, Tony.
I thought that was the football coach, wasn't it?
He's coming here in just a few moments.
Okay.
28-25, Tony. They've put up 10 minutes here, and we'll have a 10-minute halftime. And it was a rocky start if you're a Lady Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Able there late, it seemed, to kind of offensively get back in the groove.
Yes, and that was all led by Tori Inslee, who had the first point of the game. And then in that second quarter, she ended up with 10 points in that second quarter to kind of pace the Lady Panthers on. And then we got some pretty good shooting by Candace Parker and Kendall Burns, both making threes in that second quarter, along with Rosalind McCullum getting some rebounds and going up strong and getting to the free throw line 3 times. She's 3 of 6, but at least she got there and and was able to score and kind of break what was happening in the flow that the Lady Mustangs had going.
All right, it looks like Dylan Garcia has secured her halftime guest, so we're going to throw it over to Dylan. I think it's the Smoky Mountain football coach you got. Dylan, take it away.
Thank you, George. So I have the Smoky Mountain football coach here, and I'm just going to ask you a few questions. So how are you going to handle this season, especially with it being in the spring and Corona involved with it as well?
Well, we've got to do what is necessary to take care of our kids, but also to put them in a position to be successful, because ultimately they deserve our best in terms of preparing them for their opponent day in and day out. So we've got to manage that and have a plan, a backup plan, and a third plan just to make sure in case something happens.
Sweet. Who are some athletes that we can watch out for this season? Us as the Panthers and the conference.
Yeah. Well, I think it starts with Dustin Stevens for us. You're talking about the returning conference player of the year. He is as electric as anybody I've ever been able to coach. So it obviously starts with him. I think you look at Pisgah, they certainly have some really good players with Levi Cagle, with, Kane Early, and then certainly that defense is extremely good. We've got a conference that I think from a parity standpoint, there's going to be a lot of good football teams.
And I'm just going to ask you, what are you most excited for this season?
To finally get to do what we love. These kids, these coaches, this has been one of those things where we've had to sit back and watch these other states, get to play all fall, whether it's Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, and we haven't been able to do it. And so we are extremely excited for the fact that we finally get to do this. So.
Well, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Dylan. She may round up another guest or two as we go along here at the break. As we approach 7 minutes left until we'll get to second half action. 28-25 here at the break. George Young, Tony Christie. Glad that you're with us on YouTube, Facebook, Franklin Panther Sports Network, YouTube, SMHS Athletics, all the different social media channels that we are on this afternoon, bringing you the regular season finale. And I like to echo what Coach Ricky Brentley just said. I mean, I'm really tickled that we were able to get a season in.
Yes,
a basketball season.
I'm telling you,
it's been a feat in itself.
Yes, with all the because you have competing thoughts and then you have the coronavirus where if you're standing next to someone and you're around them for longer than 10 minutes, then your whole team might be out. And we were able to avoid all of that to get this whole season in. And that's a testament to everyone involved.
And Dylan, she is rounding up guest after guest. Dylan, take it away.
Okay, so now I have the Franklin Panthers head coach, Coach Jay Brooks, and I just speak to the Smoky Mountain head coach, and I'm just going to ask you a few questions.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'd say is Coach Josh is the head coach.
Well,
That's okay.
y'all are basically the same
feeling,
person.
I was
It's okay. What are you most excited for about this season?
Well, I think the kids have, in every sport this year has been put in a unique situation, and there's been a tremendous amount of work starting all the way back in June to where you usually have your season starting in August, but it's been 6 months later. So I think I'm more excited about the kids getting an opportunity to play than anything else, and hopefully righting the ship a little bit from the struggles that we had last year.
Who are some players that we can look out for this year and especially see some great highlights from?
Well, lineman-wise, I think that Gavin Autry's got a chance to have an outstanding season. He's put in a tremendous amount of work, him and Camden Cochran both, and I think that they're going to be standouts there. There's a list of guys there in the skill positions from Chris McGuire to Evan Klatt to Krupe, Grant Adams. All those guys, I think, have got a chance to have standout seasons, and then some more. You don't ever know. I think that we're still going to be a very young team, so a lot to prove yet.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, Dylan Garcia able to snag Jay Brooks.
Doing a good job with those sideline interviews.
Absolutely. And she'll get some more as we go along. Approaching 4 minutes left until we'll get back to third quarter action here at Smoky Mountain.
I can actually do, because I have been kind of keeping stats since we have to talk. So I've been kind of keeping stats, go back to our radio days when we had to get out the, give the stats. I can do that.
Get out the slide rule?
Yeah, the slide rule.
Let's have some stats, Tony Christie.
Okay, start off with the visiting Franklin Panthers. Candace Parker with 5 points, 4 rebounds. Rosalind McCullum, 3 points, 2 rebounds. Kendall Burns, 3 points, 1 rebound. Nevaeh Tran, 1 rebound. Sydney Williams, 1.2 rebounds. Tori Inslee, 12 points, 3 rebounds. And Sydney Chapman, 2 rebounds. Now for the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. Macy White, 5 points. Addison Buchanan, 3 points. Natalie Parrish, 13. And in the last game on the 27th of January, Natalie Parrish only had 15 points, for the whole game, so she's almost there. Kennedy Stewman, 2 points. Hannah Huddleston, 3 points. Yep, and that's it right there.
Halftime stats. Appreciate it, Tony.
No problem.
Varsity boys for Smoky Mountain, as you see on screen, are out warming up, and they'll take to the floor about 10-15 minutes at the conclusion of the girls varsity. Now they're going to honor the seniors for Smoky Mountain before their game. Also the cheerleaders too, so
yeah,
it'll probably be at least 15 minutes between the conclusion of the varsity girls and the beginning of the varsity boys. We'll have that ceremony here across the social media channels that you are currently tuned into. I'm assuming that they'll honor them first and then they'll have the warm-ups like we saw about a week ago. Speaking of football, we are 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from yesterday away from the season kicking off in North Carolina. They are still having kickoffs, unlike the tip-off. They still are having kickoffs.
And I can tell you from the gentlemen I've seen that football players, the Franklin Panther football players, they're very excited about it. They've been waiting, watching these other participating in these other sports as well, and now it's their turn to get out there and do what they love.
Only about 3 weeks to get into football shape, although they've been practicing, not a full complement, I guess you could say, of practices and all that, but they have been conditioning.
The question I had was, what about baseball? Is baseball the same? Is it the same as this? Go ahead. You can answer that there, Dylan.
So, Billy Van Hook, I've been taking pictures of their scrimmages and, their inter-squad practices right now. What I heard from the softball players and baseball players, they're going to have to wear their mask in all positions of their field, even in center field. And they're doing, voluntary workouts right now. They're not allowed to practice, legal practice, until the end of March.
Nice. Back to action. And they are splitting up the softball and the baseball seasons. They normally are simultaneous, but not this year. 3 off the mark for Paris. And the Lady Panthers able to grab the rebound. And a reach-in foul on Smoky Mountain. White going to pick up her first. And Smoky picks up their first here in the second half. Tori Inslee was going to swing it over to Tran into the corner now. It's Burns. Back to Tran. It's Burns for three. That one wouldn't fall on board. Smoky comes out with it quickly. Mackey into the corners. Kick it back around. Stuman underneath. White. Shot got to be blocked. Huddleston got her shot blocked.
Good block by Sydney Williams. Good to see Sydney Williams back in the game.
Yes, absolutely. Williams hits. Just a 1-point edge now for Smoky Mountain. That's the closest that the Panthers have been since it was 2-0. Stuman going to swing it over to Wyke.
It looked like the Lady Panthers come out and start this second half in a 2-3 defense.
All knocked away. They'll say last touch by Lady Panther. Approaching 6.5 left, third quarter. Dangerous pass secured by Spencer. Ball knocked away as they were trying to feed to Spencer. Spencer has it, attempts, can't hit from three. And the board off of Sydney Williams, I believe. Underneath, it's Huddleston, going to kick it back out. Huddleston, shot partially blocked. Saved out of bounds into the hands of the Lady Mustangs. It's Stuman. Running shot. Stuman gets the roll. 30-27. The Lady Stangs, 3-point edge. Deep three to try to tie it. Can't hit. Tori Inslee. Wyke wouldn't fall. Out of bounds. Let's say last touched by a Lady Panther. 5:43 left, third quarter. We've got a illegal screen up top, offensive foul heading the other way. Stuman going to pick up the foul. Williams, she's all right.
found the touch, too.
Evidently, sometimes, they say just a good knock on the head.
Yes.
Gets you going. Maybe that's Sydney Williams.
Good block by Sydney Williams.
Nevaeh Tran slowly now stops and pops. Are they going to whistle a foul on the three?
Yeah.
They will. 3 shots coming up for Nevaeh Tran as Kennedy Stuman picks up the foul. Hits the first, ties it at 30. And the Lady Panthers have taken their first lead of the night. Afternoon. Almost night.
Three big free throws by the senior.
Tony, I've heard before how you talk about there's like certain plays in a game that change the whole game.
Yep.
I think that was one of them.
Right there, yeah, the three-pointer. Getting fouled on 3-point, it swings the momentum.
Absolutely. That, and also you sometimes see offensive fouls or technical fouls switch the momentum. Trapped in the corner, pass knocked away, picked up by Nevaeh Tran. Lady Panthers with it, trying to build on to that 2-point advantage. Tori Inslee can't hit from beyond the arc. Spencer with a rebound. Slow it down now with Wyke. Paris can't hit. Inslee with a rebound. And if you just joined us and you're a Lady Panther fan, Kanan Drake not playing, injured in the Pisgah contest on Wednesday. And you talked about it in that first half, Tony.
Yep.
Sometimes it takes a while to adjust to somebody who logs a lot of minutes and logs a lot of stats.
Yes.
Defensively and offensively.
Yes, Kaden Drake's been she's been on varsity since freshman year. So she's a senior and a 3-time all-conference performer. And when you miss that, you kind of miss, everyone kind of has to figure out how to play because she does a lot.
Parker. 34-30. Biggest lead for the Lady Panthers so far.
And let's see if the Lady Mustangs are still as patient as they've been this whole game.
Wyke holds it over her head. They are being patient.
Mm-hmm.
Stuman. Knocked around, eventually going to be picked up by Paris. High off the mark. Another offensive board. That one wouldn't fall. Another offensive rebound. Harris goes up, gets fouled. As we need a mask break, don't we?
I think so.
Yes, we do. 3:05 left in the third. Franklin has flipped the score, trailed at the break, now lead 34-30 over the Lady Mustangs of Smoky Mountain here on this final regular season night of basketball in North Carolina.
And out of all the things that are happening in the game, the glaring one you see is, and it was proven in that last possession, rebounding. And that's the leading rebounder sitting on the bench. So that everyone is going to have to gang rebound, and that not depend on just one person, because for a while, what happens down there, for most games, if you ever watch the Lady Panthers play, Kanan Drake, Tori Inslee, or Sydney Williams, they're usually getting the rebounds. And then you take one of them out, and then now it's harder because the other teams know this as well.
Got some free throw shots coming up after we get done with this mask break. It's going to be Natalie Paris at the free throw line. The senior on senior night hits her first. She'll get one more. Harris hits a pair. Cuts that Lady Panther lead to 2 at 34-32. That one wouldn't fall from the corner for Sydney Chapman. It's out of bounds. And they'll say last touched by Mustang. 2:54 left. Third quarter. Issues in the paint for Inslee. Kicks it out. 3 up and good for Candace Parker. I'll say a 2. Foot was on the line. Inslee grabs the rebound. Underneath, Parker. Wouldn't fall. Stuman, coast to coast. Off the glass.
And that right there can't happen if you're a Lady Panther. Let them come all the way down the court. Unabated.
Inslee going to swing it over to Tran. Chapman in the corner, back to Tran. So we approach 2 minutes left here in the third. Been a good one so far, fans. Appreciate you joining us. Williams spins and shoots, can't get the roll. Rebound Paris. Deep 3, that one wouldn't fall. Offensive board. Paris, her shot wouldn't go. Another offensive rebound, another offensive board. Bodies on the deck. What do we have? It's out of bounds off of a Smoky Mountain Lady Mustang. Speaking of football, the only Byron McClure has made his way in here.
Yes.
Deep three, up and good. Tori Inslee. She's well known for just stopping and popping wherever she is on the floor.
And timely. That was a timely three.
He's out of bounds. Last touch by Lady Panther. Up high and through the hands of Flynn. She'll secure it now. We've got a whistle, and they'll call a reach in on the Lady Panther.
I think in our next break we need a Byron McClure interview. I think just for a little bit of football preview. Just saying.
To the hole. That one wouldn't fall for Paris. Another offensive rebound, and there's a stick back. 39-36. Inslee high off the mark. Spencer going to swing it over to Paris. Back to Spencer. Now it's Nicholson. Draining some clocks. We approach 40 seconds left. Underneath. We've got a whistle and a foul. That shot was blocked. It's going against Tori Inslee. It's going to be her third and the third so far in the second half for the Panthers.
For Natalie Paris.
Paris hits a pair. Now, some press by Coach Olin Dunford. We got a whistle. They're going to call a foul on Juliana Welch, the Lady Mustangs. Fourth on Smoky. Third, by the way, on they haven't updated it there. Tori Inslee with it up top. A swing it over. Tran over to Inslee into the corner. Pass knocked away briefly. Paris last to touch it. 1 point advantage for the Lady Panthers. We approach the final few seconds here in this third quarter. Underneath. Inslee hits the deck as her shot wouldn't fall. On the rebound, we've got a whistle and a foul. Greenlee Flynn going to pick up her fourth. And Smoky's fifth so far. And we've got some shots coming up for Rosalind McCollum. She was in the act of shooting. Hits the first, does McCollum.
And Rosalind has 4 points in this game and all from the free throw line.
One more for Rosalind McCollum. Going to wave it off. Lane violation on Franklin. Nine seconds left. See what Smoky can do with it. For the final few seconds. Down to 4. That'll do it. Got a good one going, 40-38. Franklin Batu after 3 quarters here at Smoky Mountain High School. I was told that I believe Dylan Garcia going to round up Coach Doug Clemens of the Varsity Boys from Franklin. And I believe she has rounded Coach Clemens up. Dylan, take it away.
Thanks, George. I'm back with Doug Clemens for the Battle of the Valley game tonight. So, Doug, how are you feeling about the game tonight?
Feeling good. We had a good week, a good practice on Thursday night. A little bit worried about after the tough loss against Pisgah. You never know how the kids are going to respond, but to be honest with you, they came right back to work on Thursday night. Had a good, like I say, good spirited practice. Some of the kids actually had one of their better practices. Had a couple boys that really, looked good in practice on Thursday. So I'm excited about tonight.
All right, thanks, Dylan. We'll have the
Thank you,
boys varsity coming up at the conclusion. About 15 minutes, they'll have the senior night festivities for Smoky Mountain. And we'll have the boys varsity. You'll see Coach Doug Clemens on the sideline. I did see Coach Adam Phillips. He's also the athletic director here at Smoky Mountain.
Exactly.
He's got 15 million other things going on.
He's doing everything.
Maybe we could get a word with him before the boys varsity starts. 40-38 2-point edge for the Lady Panthers. If you just tuned in, Smoky led for a good portion of the third quarter. In fact, led through the entire first half into the third quarter. Franklin able to hit some early shots and able to peck away at that lead. Ended up taking a lead and have yet to surrender it, Tony, but it is a nip and tuck game for sure.
Yes, it is, and both teams, they know the importance of this game.
We've got a whistle as McCollum got hacked. I think that's going to be on Aiden Nicholson. Yeah, it will be. That's going to be her third, and the sixth whistled on Smoky. And it goes to Tori Inslee. A wild shot wouldn't fall. It's out of bounds, and they'll say last touch by Lady Panther. Smoky resets. It's Spencer to trigger. Gets it into Wyke. That's slowing it down. Paris. Methodical with it. And that's what Coach Olin Dunford has really done throughout this game, and it has worked, Tommy.
Yes, because once you get the
there's a steal.
There's a good steal there.
It's Tran with it. You finish your thought there.
Oh, what he was trying to do is try to get the ball going from side to side to move the defense so they can get a lot of these layups that they've been able to get.
Sydney Williams underneath. 42-38. And if you just tuned in, you didn't see Sydney Williams take a tumble at midcourt. And she was in some pain for sure, we could hear. Back in the game, and since then has been going off.
Yes, she has 3 field goals in this second half.
A deep three, Wyke got it. 42-41.
Sorry.
Tori Inslee over to McCollum to the hole.
Nice. Saw
a little bit of a lane, couldn't hit. Offensive rebound out to Inslee. 3, got it. Tori Inslee extends that Lady Panther lead to 4.
Great rebound by Candace Parker. Keep it alive.
Paris drives in. Got a whistle. They're going to, give Nicholson her 4th. It will be. And the 7th whistled on the Lady Mustang. So we got a 1-and-1 coming up. And I tell you, as Inslee can't hit the first, out of bounds, I'll say last touch by Lady Panther. I'm really impressed by Smoky Mountain, the fact that they opened the concession stand today, Tony.
Oh, my goodness. The popcorn, the hot dogs,
they
pizza.
Opened and you could smell the popcorn.
Yes.
And it just made my day.
Yes, it felt like a game day.
It did. And I had some popcorn. It was good. Underneath, knocked away, and they'll say out of bounds off of Smoky Mountain.
I actually didn't smell it until I took my mask down, but after that, it was, man.
I'll tell you, I could smell it through my mask. It was that good.
Uh-huh.
Heading towards 5 minutes left. Williams got it.
And that's the 3rd straight jump shot from that same exact spot since the second half.
I don't want to wish any harm I know her mother's behind, and I know her mother well. But maybe, she just knock her to the floor before the game. Wild shot goes in for Kennedy Stuman. And one as Stuman will head to the line. McCollum will pick up the foul. Can't hit. Williams with the rebound. Tran being harassed, continues to dribble. Tries to find an open Candace Parker. And it's a turnover of that under 4 minute mask break.
Good block.
Williams with the block. Fight for it. Nevaeh Tran comes out with it. Falls down, keeps her dribble. Gives it up to Tori Inslee. In the corner, open McCollum. Can't hit.
And I'm not sure that's the shot that, McCollum needs to be taking or that the Lady Panthers need at that point.
And it was a quick one.
Yes.
47-43 as we are under 4 minutes. The next, I was going to say next dead ball, but they whistled and say it's a mask timeout break. Mask breather break, we have dubbed it throughout the season. 47-43, Lady Panthers with the advantage over the Lady Mustangs here on this final regular season night of basketball.
Looking forward to the tournament this week.
Yeah, it's going to be fun here at Smoky. Hopefully they keep the concession stand open. That's all that we really care about.
Exactly.
Honestly. Keep the concession stand, keep the popcorn popping and the pizza coming.
Yes,
That's
keep it coming.
Make
it feel like a game.
Make it feel like a game.
That's part of the
right.
game.
That's right.
Because we still have the parents yelling in the stands.
Yep.
That's still there.
Yep. Cheerleaders are here.
Cheerleaders still here.
Yeah.
And, all you need is that. And that atmosphere is there.
Yep. We got the Bee Gees staying alive. What else do you need? 3:47 left. And a good one, fans. Thank you for tuning in on all the social media platforms, YouTube and Facebook. Whichever channel you are locked in, we thank you on this Saturday afternoon of hoops. Tori Inslee kicks it into the corner. It's Tran, back to Inslee. Cross-court pass. Trying to find an open man. McCollum powers up.
Nice move. That's more of the shot that McCollum needs to be, concentrating on right there. A quick pump fake and go to the hole.
So McCollum will be at the line. That's the 8th team foul on Smoky. Allison Mackey picks it up. Her second, first shot good. 48-43, one more at the charity stripe for Rosalind McCollum. Gets the second. (49-43). Natalie Paris, she was hot in that first half, Tony, but it's cooled off here in the second half.
Yeah, Natalie Paris doesn't even have a field goal in this half. She has 4 free throws.
Stolen away, it's Tori Inslee. Can't get the bucket. Fight for the board. Tie up, possession arrow going to stay with the Lady Panthers. Up high, secured by Tori Inslee. McCollum.
Good shot by Rosalind. Her first field goal of the game.
That's surprising, but she's been at the line.
Yes, she has. She has
Natalie
8 points.
Paris with the bucket. We've got a whistle and a timeout going to be called by Head coach Olin Dunford. And the Smoky Mountain Lady Mustangs. 6-point advantage for the Lady Panthers as we approach the final few minutes here. 2:33 left, fourth quarter. Been a hard-fought game.
Yes, it has.
And still really anybody's game, Tony.
Yes. And I can tell you for the Lady Panthers, I've seen, Rosalind McCullum kind of, grow into her own because but before this game, she hasn't really gotten that many minutes. But now, with the absence of Kanan Drake, she's been able to get in there and get to the free throw line and keep, pressure on Smoky Mountain.
Smoky going to come up, half-hearted press. Franklin breaks it. Tran dribbling around. They're going to call a 5-second?
Yes.
5-second violation on Nevaeh Tran.
That's the thing about a 5-second violation. Most people don't realize it continues as the players pick up each other. So if they're counting 5 closely guarded and then another person gets on that person, it's still 5 seconds.
Natalie Paris will be at the line. Shot was no good. Foul on Williams, third on Sydney Williams, fifth on Franklin. First shot up and good. One more for Paris at the charity stripe. That one wouldn't fall. Tori Inslee will pick up that rebound.
Natalie Paris leads all scorers with 20 points.
Deep three. Wouldn't fall. Coming out with it, it's the Lady Panthers. Williams. Open jumper. 53-46. Shot good. Got a whistle and one for Greenlee Flynn.
Good strong move by Greenlee.
Candace Parker picks up the foul. That'll be her third.
Greenlee Flynn counts. She's shooting one.
Can't hit. Rebound secured by the Lady Panthers. Tori Inslee drives in. There's a collision. We're heading the other way. Inslee going to pick up her fourth. Player control foul, the seventh on the Lady Panthers. Wyke. Should be a traveling violation or a jump ball. Either or. And it's going to stay with Smoky Mountain. And it goes to Paris, off balance. She gets fouled. That'll send Natalie Paris back to the line. Inslee is going to pick up her fifth.
Oh,
that's a big one.
yeah, very big.
As Tori Inslee going to have to take a seat. Sydney Chapman will check into the game for Tori Inslee. Paris at the line, can't hit the first.
And Tori ends the game with 18 points. 18 points, 6 rebounds.
Paris hits the second. And Coach Olin Dunford wants to talk it over. He's going to call a full timeout to talk things over. His Lady Mustangs trail 53-49 as we've got just under a minute and a half left here, Tony. And we have seen both teams able to hit from beyond the arc. With that three ball in play here, it's anybody's game still.
Yes, it is. And if you were here for or watched the the JV game and saw, there was 1.2 seconds left. And, there was a play drawn up to, and the Lady Panthers were able to come out victorious right there. Anything can happen. There's still a lot of time. And this game can be prolonged by fouls because both teams are in the bonus. So, if the Smoky Mountain, they'll play defense, and if they need to foul, they can foul, and the Lady Panthers will be shooting free throws.
Press picked up. We've got a buzzer here. Inadvertent horn.
Yes.
Like an inadvertent whistle.
Now they have to get the ball in again.
And he goes, knocked away. Macy White off the glass, 53-51. Franklin's got to get it across the timeline. They do. Parker over to Williams. Williams splits the double team. And they'll whistle a foul on Lady Mustang. Who are they going to call it on? Going against Macy White. That's going to be the 9th. Is it a 1-and-1 or a 2-shot foul? 2 shots here for Williams. Can't hit the first. Got the roll on the second, and Coach Scott Hardbarger quickly going to call a timeout as his Lady Panthers are up by 3 at 54-51. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. 65 seconds left. In this regular season finale, it's been a good one. Probably going to see a pretty good one in the nightcap, too.
Yes, definitely. Every time these teams get together, it's always a good one. Even the last time the Lady Mustangs played the Lady Panthers, it was a good game. The score wasn't indicative of what happened because it was a close game, kind of like this in that first meeting.
Smoky will have possession.
It's interesting that the Lady Panthers are back in a 2-3 zone.
More horns. Now we're ready to get that second horn in. Pass knocked away. Evidently, a Lady Mustang had possession enough for Coach Olin Dunford to call a timeout. Fans behind us, which are Panther fans for the most part, did not like the fact that Smoky was able to call that timeout.
57.1 remaining in the game.
3-point lead for the Lady Panthers. Smoky will have possession out of this timeout. Kennedy Stuman looks to trigger. Gets it into Paris. Collision. Nicholson to the hole. Another collision. No fouls here. We've got whistles underneath and a jump ball. Possession arrow is with the Lady Panthers. Wow. Nevaeh Tran races up court. And it's knocked away from her. Last touch by Lady Mustang.
And being where we're at for this telecast, we can actually see what the coaches are trying to call, so we can kind of figure out, what's going on. And it looks like they're trying to get it into Nevaeh Tran and run some clock.
Ball knocked away. Smoky Mountain Lady Mustang able to secure it, and another timeout called by Coach Olin Dunford. 30 more full. It's going to be a full timeout. We've got 35 seconds left. 54-51, just a 3-point edge for the Lady Panthers. So an opportunity here. What you think Coach Olin Dunford's drawing up? You've got a chance to tie it with a 3. You are at home.
It's because of the high school rules. What had happened is if you swing it around and then, like, say you went and got a 2-point basket, it'd be smart for the Panthers because the clock never stops. You know, unlike college where the clock stops after they score. Take your time, get it in, and then just kind of let it go. You know, and then the time be over. So
you're saying you got to buy some possessions here.
So you're going to have to, if you do score a 2-point basket, as soon as they throw it in, you're going to have to foul. You're going to have to make them throw it in as well.
Here we go, out of the timeout. Kennedy Stuman will trigger side court.
And considering the Lady Panthers are in a 2-3 zone, there's definitely going to be a 3-pointer going up, I believe.
Natalie Paris swings it over into the corner. It's a 3, and it's good. Macy White hits. We are tied at 54. We've got a whistle and a timeout called by Coach Scott Hartbarger. It's going to be a full timeout. 18 seconds left here, Tony.
Yes.
In a tie game. Franklin will have possession on their end of the court. They're able to dribble up and get it across the timeline.
And I remember a coach telling me this, coach by the name of Rick Barnes, screaming at us. He's always screaming at us, put the onus on the official. So right now, with the score being...
It should be tied. Their scoreboard's all screwed up. Ours is correct.
Okay. So
now it's right.
Yeah. With the score being tied right now, you know, you got to put it on the onus on the official. So the best person driving to the basket that can finish under contact, which is probably Sydney Williams, going to the basket and trying to either get fouled or make the basket. Because officials really don't want to call anything right now. They don't. But you have to make them call it by going to the hole strong.
That's make it pretty obvious.
Yes, and with someone being on the ball right now, okay, that was Coach Dunford saw that. That's all. I was like, no one was protecting the basket.
You can see on screen the officials keeping them separated. Clock starts to tick. Nevaeh Tran dribbling around. Gives it up. Finds Williams down to 8. A deep one. Wouldn't fall. Smokey's got a chance. Smoky has called timeout as our clock resets. We've got 1.4 seconds left.
That's all I have to say about that one. I don't know what happened, but something. Right now, the Lady Panthers have a lot of players that are in there that aren't used to being here because with Kanan Drake being out and Tori Inslee fouling out, you have 2 players that aren't used to being in, toward the end of the game in the game. And, sometimes this happens, but no harm, no foul. Now all you have to do is play defense for 1.8. But just like I said earlier in that JV game, it was 1.2 seconds left, and the Lady Panthers got a shot off to win it. So see what happens here.
Yep, they have put a little more time on the clock. Smoky will have it at midcourt. And Kennedy Stuman will trigger for Coach Dunford. Gets it inbounds, an open 3 at the buzzer, won't fall. We've got overtime here in the regular season finale. How about it?
Only fitting. The Battle of Smoky Mountain.
So they'll put 4 minutes up on the clock. And we'll have the first overtime frame.
And here's the coin flip for a ball.
We may be able to hear the coin flip here. No jump ball, so they have to flip a coin. See if we can hear the coin here.
I ain't flipping on my phone.
Call it. You ready? You can call it. You ready? Call it. It is a heads. You want the ball?
So, Coach,
He'll take the ball right there.
Coach Scott Hartbarger won the toss for the Lady Panthers. He's got a great shot of it there, of the coin toss. And this may be the only year that you ever see something like that.
Yes.
In a basketball game.
Yes.
See it in
Coin
football
toss.
all the time. Not in
I'd
basketball.
I'd rather have someone go out there, they pick 2 players and shoot for it. I'd rather just
There
do
you
that. Just shoot for it.
I don't get the reason we don't have jump balls. Doesn't make any sense.
No.
But you line folks up at the free throw
line
for longer periods of time than you're there
Exactly.
jumping the ball. But
It's only happens once.
is what it is. So we are underway in the first overtime frame. We've got a whistle and a reach-in foul on Smoky Mountain.
Fouls on Aiden Nicholson. That's her
Aiden
fifth.
Nicholson is going to pick up her 5th. So Nicholson, the sophomore, will take a seat. And it looks like Spencer will check in as we've got 2 shots coming up for Rosa McCollum. Smoky over the limit. Double bonus the rest of this overtime frame. And she hits the
shot.
first.
And I remember I was impressed with Rosalind McCullum back last year on JV that she got to the free throw line. And she's been doing that this whole entire game.
Can't hit the second. It's out of bounds. I'll say last touch by a Lady Mustang. Cross court, it's Williams, goes up. Smoky going to race out, it's Wyke. Off the glass, Smoky has their first lead since early on third quarter.
This turned into a good game, very good game.
3:30 left. Overtime, number 1. Tran cannot hit. Stuman. 58-55. Back-to-back buckets for the Lady Mustangs. They have opened up a 3-point edge. Williams in the corner. Lost it. .257 left. Overtime, number 1.
I know there's a lot of commotion right now, but I've been noticing with all these fouls and all the calls played, a lot of the athletes are trying to question what the refs are talking about, and they're trying to play it either way. I've been noticing Sydney Williams is trying to be making her.
Another bucket. 3 straight for the Lady Mustangs, and it's 60-55. Tran to the hole, it wouldn't fall. Paris, coast to coast, no. You wonder too, as we've got a whistle and a timeout going to be called for the Lady Panthers. Coach Scott Hartbarger. I know, Franklin, this is the 3rd game they played this week.
Yes.
All on the road. Mm-hmm. You wonder at some point in time, does attrition start playing a factor?
It really does, because you're losing. This is what, like, it doesn't. It just seems like it's nothing, but you don't have your leading scorer out there. You don't have the leading rebounder. You don't have the leading assist person out there. You're you're out there with with everyone that the support cast and 3 starters, and everyone has to pick it up. And that's where they're at right now. And this is the first time it's happened, so it's kind of good, because if the Lady Panthers are able to not just only play in this conference tournament, but go on to the state tournament, you need some adversity like this.
In the corner, knocked away. I'll reset. Got to get it in bounds. Got that 5-second count going, and it's going to be a 5-second violation. And it goes. I wanted to carry it on the Lady Panthers side. Spencer into the front court, being harassed. Over to Stuman. Now underneath Huddleston. No. Got her own rebound. Can't get it to go. Flynn, rather. Flynn couldn't get it to go. As in the paint, we've got a whistle.
And that, if you're a Lady Mustang, that's what you don't want to do, because every foul now, the Lady Panthers get to shoot 2.
So Nevaeh Tran will shoot 2 free throws. Can't hit the first. Minute and a half left in the first overtime frame. Four-point edge for the Lady Mustangs. Out of bounds, slapped away off a Lady Panther. And $1:24 left, and it goes. Knocked away, stolen away. Chapman has it knocked away from behind off of a Lady Mustang. Chapman hit the top of the backboard with that shot. Spencer with it. We'll see if Smoky drains some clock here, Tony.
Looks like that's what they're trying to do, definitely.
We're approaching a minute left. And we've got a whistle. We just tick under a minute. 58 seconds left. Now, Collum going to pick up the foul. Check that. Parker going to pick up the foul. That'll be her 4th. We've got some shots coming up for Natalie Paris. Hits the first.
I know we don't give out player of the game, but Natalie Paris has been phenomenal in both halves.
Second shot won't fall. Heading the other way. Nevaeh Tran will pick up the offensive foul.
Smoky Mtn's in the double bonus now.
In the corner, that one wouldn't fall. Spencer.
And they're definitely going to drain clock now.
Now Williams going to come up and bump. Shots coming up for Spencer.
Spencer is going to get 2 shots.
First shot wouldn't fall. Second shot wouldn't fall. Rebound on the floor. Lady Panthers come out with it. It's knocked off a Lady Mustang's leg. Up court, Nevaeh Tran. Tiptoes the baseline. It wouldn't fall. Smoky with the rebound. Outlet pass. Up court, Stuman. Stuman will be at the line. They're going to wave off the shot.
Fouls on number 33, Sydney Chapman.
Chapman will pick up her second. Stuman at the line for a couple. And can't hit. One more at the charity stripe for Stuman. And Smoky wants to talk it over. 62-56. Got 14 seconds left here, Tony. And a 6-point lead for the Mustangs. It's not over yet, but
it's not.
With the fact the clock does run in out-of-bounds situations, if you do hit a shot, you've got to make Smoky Mountain get it in quickly.
And the only way you can actually do that is to score, and then you're not actually supposed to do this, but you can catch the ball and throw it to the official. And then the official will tell them to get out and throw it, but that's still going to take time. So in all actuality, if you pressure right here and then let the Panthers score,
they've got to let the horn sound.
then you let the if they are able to get it in and score, then you just let it go, because right now it's going to take probably 6 seconds to get it up.
Outlet pass knocked away. A second rolled off the clock. Sydney Chapman was knocked away off of a Lady Mustang. Chapman inbound. Tran off balance, wouldn't fall. Another off balance shot, well off the mark, saved. That one up and good. Are they going to put some time on the clock?
Yep.
All right.
62, Franklin 59.
That's it.
All right, senior cheerleaders.
Final 62-59. Franklin going to fall in their second straight. And this time is to the rival, the Smoky Mountain Lady Mustangs. 62-59 is the final. And you've got some post-game stats here in a moment, but it looks like Dylan Garcia has been able to round up another guest. Looks like she's got Coach Becca Brooks over in the corner. Dylan.
Thank you, George. I'm here with Coach Becca Brooks, and you had a phenomenal JV game win, and then you had a really hard battle here. I just want you to take me through all the emotions that you felt with these two games.
Well, I think I've aged 10 years, so our game, just from the beginning, it was hard fought. Smoky played well. I thought we played well. It was a lot of great defense and scoring a lot of buckets, and it came down to it in the last few seconds. If you don't remember, that's how we beat them last year in the tournament, is on a last-second shot. So I drew up a play, and I just wanted us to be able to get the ball and have a chance. And little Cassidy Parker got the ball, took the chance, and it went in, and we got to celebrate and bring home a last Panther win for the JV team. So put us in second place, which I was so super proud of these girls. They've worked hard. Go to the varsity game, and dealing with a lot of injury right now and a lot of setback, and life gives us setbacks. I mean, that's what we expect, and it's how we respond to it. A loss does not dictate how this team is going to go on throughout the rest of the season or building on year. So it was a hard, tough loss tonight. I thought Smoky played well. I thought we played well. We did not rebound very well and just missed quite a few shots, but that's part of basketball. And I think being able to have to deal with the injuries and deal with putting people in and everything else that these kids have to deal with on a regular basis from school and whatnot, I'm proud of them. I can't say it enough. So Panther pride all the way. We all hate to lose, but we're going to go to the tournament, and hopefully we can have some of our girls back that are better. The ones that were here that stepped in did a phenomenal job, and hopefully we can pick up a couple wins and pick up a win in the conference tournament.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And thank you, Dylan. Now I have some final stats, some unofficial final stats. Start with Franklin. Candace Parker, 9 points. Rosalind McCullum, 9 points. Nevaeh Tran, 7 points. Kendall Burns, 3. Sydney Williams, 12, 11 in the second half. Tori Inslee, 18 to lead all scores for the Panthers. And now the Smoky Mountain Mustangs. Macy White, 12 points. Natalie Paris, Addison Buchanan, 3 points. Natalie Paris, 22 points. 13 in the first half. She led all scores with 22 points. Kendi Stuman, 9 points. 9.7 in the second half. Hannah Huddleston, 3 points. And Greenleaf Flynn, 6 points for the Lady Mustangs.
Thanks, Tony, with some post-game stats. Thanks to Dylan Garcia with some interviews there. We're going to have an extended period between the girls and the boys action as they're going to have senior night festivities for the basketball boys and also the cheerleaders as well here at Smoky Mountain. So we're waiting on that to get underway. They have them all lined up out in the lobby area here, so it won't be very long before we get the senior night festivities. If you are joining us on the Franklin Panther Sports Network, maybe for the first time, this broadcast is a little different than what we have done throughout the year. No commercials. We're not allowed to play any commercials per the Jackson County school system. We're on the SMHS Athletics YouTube page along with Facebook and YouTube on FPSN. So we're going to keep it here. Won't take a break. We'll wait for the festivities to begin right directly. It's a good Southern term.
Right directly.
Did you ever hear somebody use the term right directly in Connecticut?
Never.
I'm George Young, by the way. That's Tony Christie.
Right directly and twice.
Twice.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Adding an S to lots of things. Walmarts.
Yes.
Also, Dylan Garcia joining us here, our sideline analyst / interviewer. She's been rounding up folks to talk to throughout the afternoon, now into the evening. And we do appreciate you, Dylan, for grabbing a lot of folks to talk to. All right, looks like they're going to have the cheerleaders first up.
Scotty's parents are Laura and Brooks Brandon. They're from Whittier. She's escorted by her parents and Abby. After high school, Scotty plans to attend Western Carolina University to major in psychology and criminal justice, with the hopes of one day becoming a forensic psychologist. Scotty Branning. Ashley Clark. Ashley's parents are Connie and Jason Clark, and they're from Coke Creek. She's escorted by her parents and grandparents, Janet and Dwight. After high school, she plans to attend Tusculum University, where she will receive a cheerleading scholarship and plans to major in nursing. Clark. Morgan Jean Cunningham. Morgan's parents are Kim Queen and Robbie Cunningham. They're from Boston. She's escorted by Kim and little sister Charlie Orca and boyfriend Drew Gilligan. After high school, Morgan plans to attend Western Carolina University, further her modeling career, and work towards winning Miss America. Morgan Cunningham. Hatea Manning. Hatea's parents are Chris and Alicia Bryson and Harley Manning. They live in Cherokee in the Wolftown community. She's escorted by Chris and Alicia Bryson and her brother, Kemper Bryson. After high school, Hatea plans to attend college and work in the medical field or in child care. The fabulous Hatea Manning. Her words. Colin Raymond. Colin's parents are Brian and Karen Raymond. They live in Tuckasegee. She's escorted by her parents and Rachel Raymond. After high school, Colin plans to attend Western Carolina University to pursue a musical theater and emergency medical care / paramedicine degree. Colin Raymond. And now for our varsity boys basketball seniors. Hunter Cade. Hunter's parents are Daniel and Sarah Cade. They're from Whittier. He's escorted by his parents. After high school, he plans to attend WCU for an undergraduate degree in integrated health sciences. The boys on the team have some nicknames for Hunter, like Tall or Slim, Silent but Deadly, Crafty, Loyal, and Adaptable. What's he going to miss most about basketball? MPG. He would like to thank Coach Mulligan and Coach Phillips. Hunter Cade. Ryan Wallizer. Ryan's parents are Gary and Janelle Wallizer. They live in Sylvan. He's escorted by his parents. After high school, Ryan wants to join the Army Reserve and go to SEC for 2 years. The guys on the team call Ryan Wally, and he's going to miss MPG too. Brian Wallizer. Lawson White. Lawson's parents are Rachel and Matt White, and they're from Cove. He's escorted by his parents, an older sister, Kimberly. After high school, he plans to attend a 4-year college and hopefully get a diploma of some sort. His nicknames among the basketball team are Nice Hair, Witty, Goof, Brave, Big Sexy, and Happy-Go-Lucky. His favorite basketball memories are MPG and Bojangles before home games. He's going to miss playing ping pong in the locker room. He also wants to thank Coach Phillips for pushing him to be the best he can be. Lawson White. Chris Wilburn. Chris's parents from Calkintown. He's escorted by his parents, brother Luke, and sister Miranda. After high school, he plans to attend SCC and get his welding certificate. That's if he doesn't move out west and become a cowboy. Nicknames for Chris include charming, gigglebox, stubborn, dynamic, passionate, and charismatic. His favorite memory is going to be going to eat pregame meals with the teams because he thinks of his teammates like brothers. His best life lesson for basketball is patience, and he wants to thank Coach Mulligan for being an inspiration. Chris Wilburn. How about a big round of applause for all our seniors? Congratulations to the class of 2021. Don't forget, if you have one half of basketball to buy a raffle ticket, they're on sale on the concession stand. Last I heard, the pot was over $750. Winning ticket holder will split that money with Smoky Mountain High School Athletics.
All right, that's the senior night festivities for the boys varsity. They're coming on to the courts, and again, we're going to keep it here. So when they start rolling the clock, which they haven't yet, that'll mean that you are 10 minutes away from varsity boys action on this final regular season night of basketball in the Mountain 6 Conference. Tournament begins Wednesday right here in Silva, inside of this gymnasium. Talked about the girls' standings to begin the girls' action and those projected seeds. So if you just tuned in, we'll run through those here in just a few moments. Here are the boys' standings. Hendersonville has already wrapped up the conference championship, the regular season conference championship. They are 9-0, and they play tonight to try to round out a perfect regular season. Pisgah and at second at 7-2, and Franklin 5-4. They are in third, and Brevard in that fourth slot at 3-6. Smoky right behind Brevard though, and if things happen, Smoky could slip into the conference tournament. They could win. Brevard loses, and I don't know how they determine seed at that point because they would have the same record. All right, it looks like Dylan Garcia has caught up with head coach Adam Phillips, also the athletic director here at Smoky Mountain. Dylan.
Thanks, George. I'm here with Coach Phillips, and I'm just going to ask you,
and they will be taking on Brevard. Brevard plays Pisgah tonight. So if that is the case, it'll be back-to-back nights that Brevard and Pisgah play each other. That's in the 3:45 first semifinal, girls semifinal. Then at 5:15, and again, all these times are approximate because we were supposed to start this boys game at 5 o'clock. What's it, 5:38 now? It's the first boys semifinal that'll feature Hendersonville taking on the number 4 seed. That could be Brevard. That could be Smoky. If Smoky wins, Brevard loses. I don't know how they're going to break that tie. I didn't have a chance to talk to Adam Phillips. Maybe you should go ask Adam that question. Dylan, I'm just kidding. He's busy coaching right now. That'll be the 5:15 semifinal. First boys semifinal. The second girls semifinal is at 6:45. That features the number 2 girls seed, which I'm going to go ahead and assume is going to be Franklin. And they will take on Smoky. So if that is the case, then those 2 teams will play back-to-back nights. And the final game of 4 will feature Pisgah and Franklin. And that's almost a lock at this point. Franklin comes into tonight at 5-4 in the conference, and Brevard is at 3-6. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I said Brevard. My mistake. Pisgah and Franklin are going to play. Franklin at 5-4, Pisgah at 7-2, and it doesn't really matter if they win or if they lose. They're still going to be in that 2nd and 3rd seed. That'll be the nightcap on Wednesday, and again, we will have all those games, all 4 of them. Me and Tony will be here bringing you the action along with our Backlot Cinema crew on these social media outlets, Franklin Panther Sports Network, along with Smoky Mtn YouTube. That's Wednesday. And then the finals are on Thursday, the 18th. And those will begin at 5 o'clock here at Smoky Mtn High School and feature the varsity girls at 5 and the varsity boys at 6:30. No JV tournament this year. They opted not to have a JV tournament, which had normally been played, the finals at least, at the satellite or at the host site, and then they would have the earlier rounds at satellite sites of the higher seeds. But this year, they've elected not to have a junior varsity tournament. So the JVs closed out their regular season tonight in some pretty good games. We've had some really good games here, except for the JV boys. The 2 girls action, the 2 girls games we had earlier today were buzzer beaters, overtime in the varsity girls, and a buzzer beater for the JV girls. Franklin ended up winning on a buzzer beater. Smoky ended up winning in overtime on the varsity girls side. So that's kind of what we've got in the future here in this regular season finale and the tournament coming up. Now, if you're wondering about the 2A state playoffs, they begin a week from Tuesday, which I believe, grab my calendar here, I believe that is the 23rd. That's when the opening round is supposed to start. Now, you never know with weather that we have had. I know there's an ice storm happening in the northern part, northwestern, or the northeastern part of North Carolina. We'll see if the playoffs do begin on the 23rd, but that's the slated date. Now, they're going to be, I guess you could say, truncated. The playoffs in half, they have been sliced, and so only 1 seed will get an automatic berth out of the Mountain 6 Conference because there's only 6 teams. You have a 7 or more team conference. I think it's 7, 8, and 9. You get 2 automatic berths, and if you have a 10-team conference, I believe you get 3. Don't take that to the bank. That's just by memory, and it changes on a daily basis. And it makes my head spin trying to keep track of all the changes here in this COVID world that we live in. Well, we're down to about 2.5 left before the varsity boys will get to action. We are glad that you are with us on this Saturday evening now of Hoops. Been at it since 1 o'clock. Have been with us the entire time. We really do appreciate you if you have. Tony Christie will rejoin me here in just a few moments. He's actually talking to his fans. He has fans, and he's talking to the masses. I think even signing autographs. If you don't know, if you're tuning in for the first time on the Smoky Mtn YouTube page, Tony Christie played for Rick Barnes at Clemson back in the late 90s. Also played for Larry Shiat after Rick Barnes left for Texas. Now, of course, Rick Barnes is the head coach of University of Tennessee. He played for some pretty good teams for Rick Barnes back in the late 90s. And Dylan Garcia will continue to round up some folks to talk to as we go along.
I'll talk.
As Tony rejoins us. I've been talking for about 10 minutes.
I see you. You're doing good, man.
Well, you were talking to your fans.
Yes.
Yeah, all these fans that come and demand autographs.
I tell you what, I went to a camp a long time ago, basketball camp, and the guy at the camp, was one Michael Jordan. He said,
I think I know who you're talking about.
He said, make sure you sign every autograph, check every hand, because one day no one will want it. So
got a point there.
Just gotta do it.
Got a point.
Even though I was only talking to one person, it's all right.
Well, that's okay. I think I know who you're talking to, and he can be included in two fans.
Yes,
so fans, plural. All right, they got 8 minutes up on the scoreboard, and we are ready for this Varsity Boys ball game to get underway. I ran through all of the scenarios there for the tournament, which is next week. And Franklin, being the visiting team, will have the opening possession. We are underway. Chad Wilson with it. Over it goes to Miles McClure.
And it looks like the Smoky Mountain Mustangs come out in a triangle and 2.
Griffin Green trapped up top. Stiles into the corner. Penland back to Stiles up top over to Green. In the corner, it's Penland. Dribbles in, dishes McClure. And they'll say last touch by McClure. Went off of his leg. Smoky's opening possession. Wilburn, kick it up top. Lawson White, looks like Coach Adam Phillips starting his seniors on senior night.
And one
three up and good for Chris Wilburn.
And one freshman, too, Jed West.
Stiles kicks it over. It's McClure back up top. Kellen Stiles. Trey Penland thought about a three, gives it up to Wilson, who drives in, kicks it out. It's Penland 3. We've got a whistle away from the ball. And a foul on the rebound. It's going the other way. Griffin Green going to pick up the foul. That'll be Griffin's first, and the first whistle on the Panthers so far. And a turnover at midcourt. Wilson for 3. Air ball. Wilburn with the rebound. Gets it poked away from behind. Picked up by Griffin Green. Green to the hole. Off the glass. Shot in the lane wouldn't fall for Cabe. Body's on the deck. Got to fight for it. What do they decide?
The jump ball, looks like.
And the possession arrow is with Smoky. Wallizer has it up top. Coach Phillips. It's a lot quieter in here than it was the girls' game.
Yes.
West drives in. Wallizer resets. White up top. Bounce pass to Cabe. Can't get position. Got to find West. Drive again. And trouble with it. That's the last touch by Franklin Panther. Smoky again will reset, this time side court. Wallizer with it. Walleyser gets his shot blocked. Wilson comes out with it. Over to Green. Now Wilson attacks. Floater. Got his own rebound. Goes back up. Got it. Franklin has the lead for the first time.
Nice aggressive move.
Into the front court is knocked away. Miles McClure last to touch it. Well, I think Wilson knew that it was going to be short. He attacked the glass really quick after he put that one up. Underneath, whistle. Jed West will be at the line. As Wilson will pick up the foul. Second whistled on Franklin. West at the charity stripe. Hits the first and ties it up. Can't hit the second. Green, deep three. Stick back, Penland.
Great defense, great offensive rebound by Trey Penland.
Athletic move.
Yes. And he'll have that a lot in this game if Coach Adam Phillips continues to run that triangle in two, because what happens is you're basically they're in a zone with three people. So, you have free reign to kind of go if you're not one of the people in the actual being guarded face to face.
That one wouldn't fall. Styles into the front court. Off to Wilson. Another floater. Got the roll this time. Panthers have doubled up the Mustangs, 8-4. Cabe off the glass. Chad Wilson adds two more.
With the hot hand.
Wilburn. Panthers able to grab the rebound. Under 4 left. We'll have a mass break next dead ball. Three for Penland wouldn't fall. Crashing to the boards, it's Wyke. And we've got a whistle, and they'll break for that mask breather break. Both teams will head to their respective benches. Then we got 3:33 left here in the first quarter. Franklin up 10-6. George Young, along with Tony Christie on this final regular season night of basketball. Dylan Garcia with us, our sideline analyst / interviewer. They don't want to swing the camera over to us because we've broken so many. So we've got somebody who is a lot more picturesque than us to be on camera.
Exactly.
Doesn't break our expensive cameras.
No.
They put it on her.
The Panthers have come out solid in this first quarter, especially against a defense that they haven't seen this year with this triangle and two. But it really isn't that hard to play against triangle two. You just kind of keep moving, kind of like the same as a zone, and just guys just because Chad and Trey are two that aren't being guarded. They actually have all the points right now for the Panthers.
Ball lines are into the front court over to West. West gets trapped up top. Cabe feeds a cutting West off the glass.
2 points for Chad West, assist from Hunter Cabe.
Approaching 3 minutes left. First quarter. Styles kicks it to an open Trey Penland. 3, got it.
3-pointer for Trey Penland.
We've got a whistle away from the basketball. Penland going to pick up the foul. First on Trey, and that's the third now whistled on Franklin. Knocked away. Griffin Green stops, pops.
That was an interesting shot.
It was. Did he stop or he was just
He
one
just
big
went-
motion?
Yeah, it was a floater actually.
Looked like he was going to stop and then kind of floated into it. Underneath, shot wouldn't fall in the paint. And court quickly, it's Green in the corner. Out of Miles McClure. Wilson attacks. Count it. And one.
And that's the problem with that defense right there. You're going to leave some people open, and you're leading one of the best scorers on the team open right now.
One shot for Chad Wilson. Foul was on Max Buchanan, his first, and he hits at the charity stripe. All of a sudden, the lead is ballooned to 10 points for the Panthers. Walliser rings it up, kicks into the corner. Brown with it briefly. Up top, a three. Wouldn't fall. Trey Penland there to grab the rebound as he skies for that board. Leading into one, Miles McClure.
2 points for Miles McClure.
20-8, 12-point advantage now for Coach Doug Clemens and his Panthers. Walliser gets it knocked away. Smoky will have to get it in. It's Walliser. Inbounds pass knocked away, trying to hit Buchanan. Brown lost control. Buck 30 left. Three up, no good. Green again. Out court quickly. West. Matthew Brown couldn't hit. There to follow.
2 points for Matthew Brown.
Brown makes it a 10-point lead at 20-10. And Trey Penland going to attack. Penland got his own rebound briefly, and it was knocked away. Buchanan, collision. Offensive foul on Buchanan.
Number 10, Max Buchanan. That's his second personal.
Second on Buchanan.
And there's Kellen Stiles again with another offensive charge there, taking it for his team.
Into the game for the first time for Coach Doug Clemens, it's Bradley Stiles as Trey Penland takes a seat. Wilson bounces it up top to Kellen Stiles, back to Wilson. Three, got it.
3-pointer for Chad Wilson.
Franklin now warming up from beyond the arc. Conlon swings into the paint, battle for it. McClure comes out with it. Green for three. Couldn't get it to roll in. Under 20 seconds left. Feeding up court quickly, it's Hooper. Pass knocked away.
Good hands.
Green's pass intercepted. Three up off the mark, and Stiles, Bradley Stiles there to grab the rebound. Got to get it up, and at the buzzer, McClure. Good nod hits. First quarter in the books. 23-10. Panthers with a 13-point advantage.
I'm so used to you after like a
Heading to break.
Yes, yeah, like we'll
I have
take
to catch
one.
myself.
We'll take one. It's not going to happen. Yes.
They're going to have, I don't know if it's at the halftime of this game or at the end of the third quarter, they're going to give away some money. They've had like a 50-50 raffle going on for a couple of weeks now, the Smoky Mtn Booster Club.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to give away, I think it was over $500. At least that's what I read on the Facebooks.
And why couldn't we get in on this?
You could have bought some tickets. I think they were selling them.
Man,
I think that you still have a chance.
The announcer said it's up to $750 now.
$750. There we go.
$750. It'd be
Yeah.
$751.
Or I'm sure that they'll give you 6 tickets for $5.
Gotcha.
That's usually the case, when you do 50-50s. So Franklin will have the opening possession in the second quarter. We are underway as it's Styles.
And the Smoky Mountain Mustangs come out man-to-man now.
Green going to feed it over Eli Gilbert, who's checked in. Now Styles underneath, can't get it to go. Up court, Conlon for the Mustangs. Pass knocked around. And eventually coming out with it, Conlon in the paint. Whistle a blocking foul on Bradley Styles. Check that, Kellen Styles. And that'll be his first and the fourth whistled on Franklin. They thought it was an offensive foul.
Yes, I was about to say, when you see players do that means it was an offensive foul. Everybody went the other way.
Got 2 shots coming up for Braylon Conlon. I know the coaching guy, Jay Brooks, I saw him get up and signal the charge. As the first shot is up and good. Can't hit the second. Wilson brings it up. Over to Wilson. We've got a whistle away from the ball. Was it a moving screen?
Yes, moving screen.
Bradley Styles will pick up his first. Now 5 whistled against Franklin this half so far. And the jam, Griffin Green.
He made sure on that one. That wasn't a floater, that was a dunk.
He went well above the rim.
Yes.
Had some hops on that jam. It's just going to be a turnover.
Good replay.
6:52 to go. Kellen Styles calls out the offense for Coach Doug Clemens. Swings it over to Wilson. Styles going to attack, kick it back. Deep 3, Wilson. We got a whistle away on the rebound, and it's going against Franklin.
Great hustle by Trey Penland.
Penland picks up the foul. 6 now on Franklin.
And the Panthers are in a 1-3-1 right now.
West drives in. Knocked away, coming out with it. Panthers attack. Wilson into the front court. It's Griffin Green. Back it goes to Wilson. In the corner, Trey Penland fade away. Wouldn't fall. Styles there for the rebound. Powers up. Got the bucket. Knocked away underneath. Last touched by a Panther. As we took under 6 minutes left in the second.
And that play right there by Bradley Styles, that's him all day. You know, he worked hard to get that offensive rebound and put it back in.
3 from the corner, up and good. And we've got a whistle and a timeout going to be called by Coach Adam Phillips, I do believe.
Full timeout.
It's going to be a full one.
We'll take one.
6:03. We've been at it since 1 o'clock. Luckily, we didn't have to do the junior varsity game, but correct. I was here running our graphics and the scoreboard that's been really strange tonight. It's been a long one here at Smoky Mountain, but an eventful one. Seen some very, very good ball games.
Yes, one that came down to the last possession, you know, one second. And then another one going to overtime.
Yep.
With the Lady Mustangs victorious in that varsity game. Good music.
What else do you need? Got popcorn being popped at the concession stand.
Yes.
has been something very rare we've seen. Popcorn actually being served here in the pandemic times we live. Oh, it's Griffin Green who brings it up. Swings it over. Seth Krupe, who's checked in over to McClure. 3, wouldn't fall. Long rebound. It's Wilson. Over to Green. And pass is too tough and out of bounds.
Yeah, there were two Panthers occupying the same space. Neither one knew.
Mallizer's pass almost intercepted. Receives it back. Gives it up to Wilburn. West backs it up. Swings it over. McCabe underneath. Wouldn't fall for White. Secures his own rebound. Goes back up. That one wouldn't fall. And have an aggressive frustration foul on Lawson Wyke after he couldn't get 2 shots to go. That'll be the first on Wyke. Griffin Green into the front court. Bounce pass over to Krupe. Out of McClure in the corner. Lost control of it. Picks it back up. Now off balance shot. Wilson with the rebound. Floater. Wouldn't go. Wyke with the rebound. Wilburn kicks it over. It's West. Now to Wyke. West gets his pocket pick. It's Griffin Green. Can't get the layup. Chad Wilson there to follow.
And right there, Griffin was in between because he didn't know if he was going to get fouled or what. But he'll learn that all he has to do is just go up.
Got a whistle at midcourt. He was kicked. Ryan Walliser over to Wyke. In the paint. Dish off the glass. Good, and the foul. And it's going to send Jed West to the line. Wilson will pick up his second and the 7th now on Franklin. Wilson going to take a seat. And one for Jed West. Saved out of bounds, and say it hit the back of the backboard.
Mask timeout.
And it's time for the mask timeout because we are 2 seconds under 4 minutes left in the opening half. 29-16. Chicken sandwiches for $3. It's dinner time too.
Great.
It's what, 6 o'clock, 6:07. Oh man, sounds good.
That last play, when you're just if there's any young players out there watching or anything, when you save the ball from underneath, when you're playing defense and you're saving the ball underneath the opponent's basket, you throw that ball to the other end of the court almost. You know, you're throwing it. That's where, and then sometimes you're taught the team might have a play to where if you save it, you're throwing it to the corner. You know, and that's where everyone knows when you're about to go save it, and then people are running to the corner. Right there. The Panthers got lucky on that one because the ball was actually going to an open player right underneath the basket, for the Smoky Mountain to score.
Out of the mask break, Smoky will have possession. And it goes, nice inbounds play. Hunter Cave will get the bucket. Cut the Panther lead to 11. Griffin Green going to dribble. Feed Krupe. Over to McClure. McClure gets trapped on the baseline, kicks it out to Krupe, and he's going to travel with it. Kellen Stiles going to check in for Seth Krupe. It's Walliser who slowly brings it up for Coach Adam Phillips. Over to Walliser, swings it underneath. Nice pass. West couldn't hit. Bradley Stiles dribbles in, kicks it out. McClure, nice looking shot, wouldn't fall. Wyke with a rebound. Bounce pass knocked away. Keegan Pollock secures it. Floater, wouldn't fall. And it goes to Pollock. 3 off the mark. He was open for sure. Down court, West off balance. Out of bounds, and last touch by a Mustang, it does appear. We've got a whistle and a timeout as Coach Doug Clemens wants to talk it over.
He did not like what he saw, just like I didn't either.
He did not like it.
It was a lot of. There wasn't anything constructive going on, especially on the offensive end. You know, the ball was only going to one side, then quick shot. Right now, with the lead, they can work it as much as they need to get the shot that they want, and that's exactly what I guarantee what Coach Clemens is telling them when they get back out there.
Just a 30. Now Smoky in a trap. Over goes Green in the corner. Keegan Pollock with it briefly, feeding underneath, knocked away. He was trying to find McClure.
Yes, that right there should have been a bounce pass.
Wilburn kicks it out. It's Walliser. Now Wilburn with it, back to Walliser, swinging it around as we approach 2 minutes left. First half of action. Hitting the deck was Jed West, and they'll say he was pushed. He's going against Keegan Pollock. Eighth team foul, so we've got 1-1 coming up for Jed West, the freshman, Coach Adam Phillips. And it's like we're at Amen Corner.
Yes.
Augusta National.
That'll be soon, too.
Yeah.
Didn't they just have one?
November. Second weekend in April, I believe.
Nice.
2 points for Jed West.
Good shot by Jeb.
Green over to Keegan Pollock. His pass going to be intercepted. Hunter Cabe comes out with it. Walliser. Issues. We got a whistle. Another foul coming up on Franklin. Keegan Pollock, his second. 9th now on Franklin, so one more to give. 1-1 coming up for Ryan Walliser. Is it me, Dylan, or is it really quiet in here at times?
Very.
It's super quiet. I can hear Coach Phillips. I've seen Coach Phillips change out of like 5 different masks. I've been observing. And then I've seen Coach Jay Brooks. He's been raising Cain on the bench as well.
It's got to be tough for the coaches, too. They go through a few masks, especially when they're yelling. They get moist, I'm sure. Almost a turnover. Stiles going to feed Griffin Green, or check that.
Dawson Green.
That's Dawson Green who's checked in. One Green to another. Shot good for Dawson Green. Dawson Wyke will pick up the foul. And 1 for Dawson Green. Can't hit. Wyke there for the rebound. You can hear Coach Phillips calling out what he wants.
Because the Panthers have switched to a 2-1-2-3 defense.
Stolen away. Dawson Green couldn't hit. Collision. And that one's going to be against the Panthers, and we've got 2 shots coming up. That's the 10th team foul on Franklin. Stiles will pick up the foul. And Jed West will have the honors at the charity stripe. First one wouldn't fall. Maybe able to hear Roy and Janice in front of an RGC from time to time. Gets so quiet in here. Got the second. Green into the front court. Shot got to be blocked. Grant Adams' shot got swatted away. Out of bounds. Franklin resets. 63 seconds left. Into McClure. Miles McClure open for 3. Can't get the roll. Rebound Griffin Green. His shot would not fall. Battle for it. And Smoky eventually was going to come out with it. Race up court quickly. Wilburn over to Walliser as we approach 30 seconds left. 3 up off the mark. No good for Wilburn. And it's Green coming out with the rebound. That's Griffin Green over Grant Adams. Under 20 left. Miles McClure. That one wouldn't fall. And Smoky with a rebound. It's Ryan Walliser. We're down to 5 seconds. The PA announcer just hollered over the speakers to shoot. Not sure if I've ever heard that.
I think
the buzzer is the buzzer sounds.
We need to mic that man.
They did not be able to get one off, or the Mustangs at the end of the second quarter. Actually, we did mic him. He did the JV game with us here, Dylan. Yeah, he actually provided color commentating for the JV game. All right, at the end of 2 quarters, Franklin holds a 31-23 advantage over the Mustangs. Are we going to have the – looks like we might. We might have the 50-50 raffle drawing here. Tony, I don't think that you're eligible here. Oh, it's $800. Oh, wow. So if you bought a ticket, you're hoping that your name is going to be called here as they're going to come over to the PA table. They have drawn the ticket.
The winning ticket number is, the winning person is Dinah Grant. Is Dinah Grant in the house? If not,
Dinah Grant.
Claim your prize.
Congratulations, Dinah Grant.
Congratulations.
You're watching. Dinah Grant, you're a little bit richer.
Who supported the raffle in Smoky Mtn High School athletics.
All right. Dylan Garcia, she is all over the place. And she has secured a halftime guest, and it is none other than the one, the only Byron McClure. Dylan, take it away.
Thanks, George. So I'm here with Byron McClure, and I know there's a lot of complications right now with sports and everything, but I just wanted to talk to you about football and all those complications and how you're planning on and how you think the athletes are going to handle this, especially with this season.
Well, first of all, you're not with Byron McClure. I'm with the Dylan Garcia, athlete, commentator. I mean, just all-around awesome person. You know I love you.
I love you too.
Been a challenge this year for all teams, right? And this basketball stuff's been crazy. Volleyball run into some interruptions, and now we move on into football. You know, it's so wild. February is usually a wet, cold month where we live, right?
Yeah.
We're usually indoors doing things, maybe getting ready for a baseball season. But I know my youngest son plays football, and he's been slopping around in the mud the past few days, and that's the situation we're in. So it brings a lot of challenges in. 25 fans allowed in basketball. They're still trying to figure out what they're going to do in terms of fans for football.
Yeah.
The good news is we've got FPSN, right? We got all these great cameras and all these great people to bring the action.
Now, I know you're going to be joining George and Mike Wood, and tell me your excitement about that this football season.
Listen, I just try to fit in. With that much talent, I mean, there's not a whole lot of room for a guy like me to get a word in, right? You've got the George Young, Mike Wood. We try to tease him every now and again just to bring him down a level. He brings the excitement up for us. But all joking aside, we have a great time together. We've been doing this for a while. It's a pleasure for us to be able to bring it to those who can't get to the stadium. And this team this year, it's going to be interesting because you had a lot of young kids playing in important positions and a lot of time last year. Those kids are now sophomores and juniors, sprinkling a couple of seniors. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. I'm excited. I know George is too. Mike's probably at home. He doesn't even know what basketball is. I doubt he's watching. So, but we're looking forward to a great season.
Well, thank you, Byron.
Thank you, Dylan.
All right, thanks, Byron and Dylan. Talking a little bit about the upcoming football season, and we're still finalizing exactly what our plans will be, which seem to change on a daily basis, like everything else in the world that we live in. But we are 2 weeks away from last night to kicking off the football season. And I know Franklin travels to Hayesville to begin the year in Clay County. In fact, the first two games are on the road, Hayesville and Murphy, to begin the year. But we've got some basketball to get through, a lot of basketball, actually.
A lot.
We've got the second half of this game and then the actual tournament, which will begin next Wednesday. You see the information scrolling at the bottom of the screen there. If you're watching on these social media channels, and you will be able to see it via these social media channels, all the games, doesn't matter if it involves Franklin or Smoky, all the games will be live streamed. That's what Smoky Mtn, Jackson County Schools, Adam Phillips specifically wanted us to do, and we are glad to oblige and hope that you enjoy our coverage beginning next week. And let's run through those projected bracket games here.
You never know when because the reason why it's projected too is because sometimes something might be done by a coin flip, so that's why they're projected too.
Also, you've got to factor in quarantine.
Yes, that too.
You just never know.
Yeah.
All right, so the semifinals get underway next Wednesday, as we've mentioned here at Smoky. 3:45, the first girls semifinal features the number 1 seed, the number 4 seed. And by our projections, Pisgah, if they win tonight, which I don't know if we've got a score or not, playing Brevard, then they'll play Brevard again. If they don't win tonight, and both Franklin and Brevard or Pisgah are tied with 2 losses. What? What? Gotcha. We were interrupted there. Your wife, Sydney Christie, telling us about a silver alert. I didn't get all the details. We'll get it here in a moment. Like what I was talking about, Tony, so it's going to be most likely Pisgah taking on Brevard in the first semifinal, girls semifinal. First boys semifinal features Hendersonville. They are a lock into the number 1 seed, taking on either Brevard or Smoky, depending on what exactly happens with this game here with Smoky Mtn. If they're able to win, Brevard maybe loses, they would be tied, and I don't know how they break that tiebreaker. So that's why it's all projected. 6:45 is the second girls final That'll feature Franklin and we believe Smoky in the second girls final. The 8:15 last semifinal is going to feature Pisgah and Franklin. That'll be the boys, Pisgah and Franklin. What your wife was telling us about here, I've just got some more information. It is a silver alert, and it is for Clyde Phillips, 69-year-old, suffers from the beginning stages of Alzheimer's. He was reported missing today around 10 a.m. near his home in Macon County, and they have had no contact with him. He left in a white Chevy truck, has a silver toolbox on the side. So if you see Mr. Phillips, if you see this truck, think it's him, call 911. Doesn't matter where you are. Jackson County, Swain County, Macon County, anywhere around, I'll call 911. They are very concerned, and a very dear friend to the football program at Franklin as well. So, that's what your wife was letting us know about. And then finishing out the brackets here, it's amazing that I can kill about 5 minutes talking about.
You're doing good.
7 games, 6 games.
You're doing great, man.
5 o'clock, the varsity girls final on Thursday, and then 6:30 is the varsity boys final.
I expect all those to be, pretty good games. The Hendersonville boys going, they're undefeated and locked up the conference last week. Besides that, the rest of everyone is pretty much even on the boys and girls side. Everyone else is pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
And just like everyone says, it's the madness time now. It's near March. It's about March Madness, and in the tournament time, it's hard to beat people 3 times. That's what's going to start happening here once you get closer to the end of the season.
Well, both teams are back out of the locker room, and looks like we are ready to begin the third quarter. Smoky will have the opening possession. They're in the second half of action.
And I don't blame him for yelling shoot, because I want to do that so many times.
Or check that, Jed West out of the locker room with the J. 31-26. I think they adjusted the score at the half. Anyway, weird things happen. We've seen a lot of weird things this year.
Yes.
It's Wilson picking up the errant pass. Now Green attempts and hits from beyond the arc. 34-26. Panthers have led pretty much the entire way. It's been close at times. Wilson tries to grab the rebound, and he's going to be upended. It's out of bounds off of Wilson. You hear everything when nobody's in the stands.
Yes.
6:51 left, third quarter. West gets it in. Up and good for Hunter Cave off the inbounds. Miles McClure in the corner, going to swing it over to Griffin Green. Now bounce pass is stolen away, now it's stolen back. Trey Penland gets on to the scoring column. 36-28. Wilburn over down to Walliser. Wilburn's three wouldn't fall. Green for the rebound. Green pulls up, can't hit. Jed West dribbles into the corner. Last touched by Griffin Green. Knocked away briefly. Walliser picks it back up. Cabe floats. Can't hit. Green with the rebound. Trey Penland dishes to McClure. Fighting for position. McClure.
Nice move.
2 points for Miles McClure.
Franklin by 10 now. Walleyes are high off the mark. McClure on the fast break. Over to Wilson. And a whistle. Let's say he was bumped.
Good aggressive move by Chad, but it would have been even better if he would have tossed that back to Miles McClure for him to finish that.
Third personal foul. First foul.
Buchanan going to pick up the foul on the first so far for Smoky here in this second half. And we've got a whistle and a timeout. Coach Adam Phillips, he wants to talk things over.
Hunting supplies and Fit for Life for helping sell raffle tickets for the last week.
38-28, 10-point lead. Franklin has extended that halftime lead here out of the gates. So we are just about 3 minutes into this third quarter. Coach Adam Phillips still talking to his fellas.
It's crucial for him right now. He doesn't want this to get away from him. And the direction it was going, it could get away from you fast.
Got some shots coming up for Chad Wilson.
Chad Wilson is at the free throw line.
I will never say anything again about our scoreboard table at Franklin High School. I will never again.
Well, I think the scoreboard unit itself has a automatic timer.
Yes.
And so a lot of times, and you see this with our clocks here that it's supposed to be connected to the scoreboard. It will be on Wednesday. It's not tonight. But a lot of times they'll just stop and let's go. And that's not the way sometimes it works with clocks that have automatic timers in them. And I think that's the case here in Smoky Mountain.
That's definitely the case.
Which if I call a timeout, I'm a coach, I'm going to take all of it. Underneath, McClure off the glass. But I understand that there's momentum and you have said what you need and you're ready to go. And also, they are trying to speed things along, although it hasn't gone very quick today.
No.
We've been at it since 1 o'clock. And it'll be after 7 o'clock when we get out of here. Slapped away. Styles almost had an interception. Buchanan gets double teamed. Dangerous pass, almost knocked away, secured. Jed West. Bodies on the deck. Whistle. Out of bounds off of Smoky. Or do we have a whistle and a foul? Going to be a foul on Max Buchanan. His fourth.
And they both were going for a loose ball, but Max Buchanan actually jumped on Chad Wilson.
On top of him,
On top of him.
That'll do it. Didn't see much conjecture from Coach Adam Phillips. That's Kellen Stiles lifting off his mask, calling out the offense. Into the corner, it's Wilson. McClure now for the J. McClure warming up here in the second half.
Definitely. In that first half, Chad Wilson, he paced the Panthers with 14 points.
Conlon dishes. Cabe hook shot.
2 points for Hunter Cade.
Nice move.
Running shot for Green. It wouldn't fall. Offensive board, McClure. Back-to-back Jays. Miles McClure extends that Panther lead to 16. Knocked away, another turnover. Green somehow secures it.
I thought it went through his head.
I did too. We're blocked out. He got the bucket too. Now an 18-point advantage.
Great pass.
Another turnover. Green slams it home.
2 points for Griffin Green.
And this is what I was talking about earlier when Coach Adam Phillips took that timeout. It could get away from you quick.
We've got a bump and a whistle. 2:47 left.
Number 14, Kellen
Styles going to pick up the foul.
Takes off. There you go.
That's going to be the mask break, even though we've blown past it. 2:47 left in the third quarter. They'll take a minute breather. And all of a sudden, Tony, you look up and the lead for Franklin has exploded to 20.
And it's all been on the defensive end. It's all, creating turnovers with the pressure, because you can play a 1-3-1 like 3 or 4 different ways. And right now they turned it up, and they've been able to get through steals and running lanes, and Griffin Green with his length has been able to get out and make some very athletic plays.
$50-30. Got clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Seems like that's the case all the time, Tony, right?
Always.
Some gym somewhere. So we're back to action. Conlon dribbling around. Dishes underneath.
Good
nice
pass.
pass. And Buchanan gets the bucket. Check that. West gets the bucket. Conlon with the assist. Styles jumper. Got it.
2 points.
And Franklin cannot miss here in this third quarter. You're a coach, you love to see that. Archly blocked. McClure got a piece of it. Green for 3. West brings it up. Mass substitution for Coach Blood Clemens. Next dead ball, and we've got it as White hits the deck.
Offensive foul against Lawson White, number 35.
So Lawson White got to pick up his third on the offensive foul. Third on Smoky so far. With a 20-point lead, Coach Doug Clemens decides to empty his bench. Grant Adams going to bring it up. Swing it over. Seth Krupe. Bonds Keegan Pollock. Pollock. Got it.
Nice take by Keegan.
22-point edge now for Franklin. Brown's shot wouldn't fall. Gets his own rebound. Goes back up. It wouldn't fall. Kicked around out of bounds. And it's going to be off of a Panther. And Smoky will reset. $1:26 left, third quarter. Up high it goes. Hooper into the corner. Bounce pass underneath. Tough shot. Matthew Brown will get the bucket. Krupe will feed Styles. His pass knocked around and picked up by Smoky. A deep three. Hooper got it. Ethan Hooper with a trifecta.
That's a good pull-up by Ethan.
In the corner. That one wouldn't fall for Skylar Hill. And a long board still on the deck. Finally going to be picked up by Keegan Pollock. He lost control. I think it was an offensive foul on Keegan Pollock.
That one's a rough one. If you go back on the video and watch this later, you'll see that Keegan actually was in the air and the defender walked under him.
Cade on fall, rebound picked up by Hill. Hill drives in, kicks it. Pollock for three, got it.
That was great ball movement right there by the Panthers.
That'll do it. Third quarter in the books. 20-point edge for the Panthers. 8 more minutes left here at Smoky Mountain High School in this regular season finale for both teams. Franklin definitely. Varsity boys will be in the conference tournament, one of the top 4 seeds. Next Wednesday, the semifinals. Smoky has a chance. That's all you can ask for.
Yes.
To be one of the top 4 seeds.
Have we mentioned about the sound system in here? It is great.
That's a brand new gym. 4 years old.
I was about to say, it's
4 or 5 years old.
It's like concert quality.
Are you saying that it's not over-modulated because somebody hooked their phone up and then jacked the volume up on their phone? That's what happens at a lot of places we go, especially at home. Underneath, McClure off the glass.
2 points for Miles McClure.
Walleyes are dribbling around. He's being harassed. Picks up his dribble, going to feed Wyke. And he got the roll.
Wyke, assist from Ryan
Walleyes with the steal. And we're going to whistle a foul on Franklin. Shot was partially blocked. Didn't go in. Now, Coach Adam Phillips says it was goaltending.
No, the ball never got over the rim. Trey Penland blocked it before it got over the rim.
Third whistle on Franklin. Chad Wilson picks up his third. 2 shots for Walliser. And he got the first.
Points for Ryan Walliser.
Now some press. Penland into the front court. It's Wilson. Alley-oop. It worked.
Yes, it did.
That's all that matters, right, Tony?
Yes. I was hoping he was going to catch it and dunk it, but hey, that works too.
Counts 2 points either way. Styles. The green.
2 points for Griffin Green. Assist from Kellen Styles.
Jed West over goes to Wyke. Knocked away. Picked up. Trey Penland. He's going to get fouled on the way to the hole.
Fouls on number 3, Ryan Walliser. First personal foul, 4 against the Mustangs.
Well, we didn't mention this in the pregame for Franklin, but you wondered mentally how this team was going to come out and perform. It's a rival, but you lost really a heartbreaker on Wednesday night, as that one is in and out, but a whistle away from the ball on the rebound.
Fouls on number 3, Ryan Walliser.
Walliser is going to pick up the foul for Smoky. That'll be the 5th on Smoky. And it goes. 3 wouldn't fall. Offensive rebound, hitting the deck hard, Penland. He'll be at the line for 2 shots here.
And, you know, that come off that loss, knowing the players, knowing how they are, and knowing how Coach Clemens is. Coach Clemens definitely challenged them, challenged them to be better. And this is the result right here.
Franklin lost in Canton, which is always a tough place to play.
Yes.
For a variety of reasons. 57-55 on Wednesday. That one wouldn't fall. Another steal. Green with it. McClure spinning and shooting. Got it.
2 points for Miles McClure.
We've got a whistle and a timeout called by Coach Doug Clemens with 6:04 left in the fourth quarter. Franklin with a commanding 66-41 advantage. Trying to close out the year with a win.
And Miles McClure has come alive in the second half. He has 14 points in this second half, I believe. Yes, 14 points in the second half. And this is good, especially to end the game, end the season like this. You're getting valuable minutes for your bench players as well. The starters and the 6, 7 starters. They're starting to gel and get into a rhythm, and that's especially special when you get into the tournament time.
All knocked away. Hill can't get it to go. Rebound West. Jed West with the bucket.
Freshman's played well today.
Yes. Definitely a bright spot heading into next season. He's just a freshman. Pollock gets caught up in traffic, turns it over. West, his shot partially blocked. Smoky picks up the offensive board, and we've got another whistle and another foul going against Franklin. Stiles will pick up the foul.
Ryan Walliser is going to get 2 shots.
Man, Walliser at the line for 2 shots. And the first one's off the mark. Can't hit the second. Hill with it over to Adams. Under 5 minutes left.
Very good offense.
Hill for 3. Offensive rebound. Stiles underneath and fire it off of a Mustang. And Franklin keeps the possession underneath their own basket. 4:41 left. Stiles in the trees, gets the roll.
Little big man.
A deep 3 would not fall. Chris Wilburn, and it's out of bounds, and they'll say last touch by Panther. We do want to thank a bunch of parents of both teams.
Yes.
That have helped us run cameras here. I believe I was told by Clinton Taylor, executive producer, they're heading the other way now. That's some discussion. There's 6 folks throughout this afternoon and the evening that we're going to run cameras for us. Mm-hmm. Now they're going to reverse that call and say it's Smoky Mountain possession. I don't have everybody's names. I can't give everybody a shout out. And it goes Walliser, deep 3. Hill with the rebound. Outlet pass intercepted.
That pass right there was just a little bit too long.
Wilburn Kicks it out. Another three. West hits.
Three-pointer for Jed West. Assist from Chris Wilbur.
Hill attacks. Reverse wouldn't fall. On the rebound, a foul going against Franklin. Foul going to be whistled on Bradley Stiles. That'll be his third, and we've got a whistle and a timeout on the floor. As it's the mass break. As I look up, yes, we're under 4 minutes left. 3:48 left. And so they'll take a breather here, and I'll see if Smoky can crawl their way back into this one. But it's a tough road to hoe if you're Adam Phillips and trailing 68-46.
Your best bet is Jed West. He's
kept them in it.
Yeah, he's been the hot hand. He gets some timely rebounds, some steals, some different things.
Smoky will have possession out of the mask break. Waiting on the horn. There it is. Now we can play. All eyes are into the front court.
Unless their clock is different than the probably 10,000 I've seen, you can stop that horn from going off. You can reset it.
First personal foul. That's 6 against Franklin. Basket counts for Hunter Kane.
Foul whistled on Bryce Rogers.
3-point play for Hunter Kane.
And Cabe completes the old-fashioned 3-point play. Dexter Jennings has it over to Hill. We've got a whistle, and he was not into the front court established, and that'll be a backcourt violation.
And those are the two ways that the Smoky Mountain Mustangs can get back into this game, by fouling and scoring while the clock is stopped and turning the ball over.
Both teams now have 6 fouls apiece, so next foul will have a bonus for either. It's Wallizer's pass knocked away. Cabe picks it up. Floater wouldn't fall. Cabe gets his own rebound, powers back up, and got the roll that time. 3 minutes left. Grant Adams, so check that. Dawson Green with it. That wouldn't fall for Bryce Rogers. Wallizer swings it over into the corner. It's Wilburn. Back to Wallizer. To the hole. It wouldn't fall. Board picked up by Seth Krupe. Outlet pass. A little tough, but going to be secured. Top of the key, Dawson Green. Can't get the roll. Hill there for the rebound. And his shot wouldn't fall. Saved out of bounds into the hands of Bryce Rogers. Now Dexter Jennings for 3. He got it. Under 2 minutes remaining in this one. Spinning and shooting. Next dead ball. Wholesale substitutions for Coach Adam Phillips.
And I can tell you the Panthers have, every single Panther that's been in the game has played extremely hard.
Fade away. Chris Wilburn. And we've got a whistle and timeout going to be called at the scores table.
To honor the seniors.
All the seniors will get a round of applause for Smoky. Dawson Green with it up top. In the corner, Jennings off balance, no. Rogers with the rebound, wouldn't fall. Another offensive board. Feeding underneath. Bryce Rogers couldn't secure it.
It was a good thought. Wrong angle to throw that pass.
Down to 70 seconds left. And a steal. Dawson Green to the hole. Follow. Jennings got the roll.
2 points for Dexter Jennings.
Long whistle. An injury in the end zone. Underneath the basket. As Braylon Conlon going to limp to the bench here. They'll check him out. And Buchanan going to check in for him. Driver had it briefly. Underneath, shot wouldn't fall. Long rebound. Pass intercepted. Hooper floater, no. Bryce Rogers with a rebound. Off it goes to Dexter Jennings. Eli Gilbert couldn't get it to go. Richmond high off the glass. Final seconds are ticking off the regular season clock. That may do it. Green just going to dribble it out.
That's the end of the game. Final score, Franklin 73, Smoky Mtn 56.
And it's a final 73-56 the final in the boys varsity. Your coach Doug Clemens, you've got to be pleased with the way that your team responded to being challenged, I'm sure, by his coaching staff, and specifically Coach Clemens after that loss to Pisgah on Wednesday. It could have been easy. You beaten this team already in the season, and it could have been easy just to overlook them and look towards the Mountain Six Conference. But they didn't, and they came out and after kind of a slow start, able to get going offensively, and really the second half, that third quarter, extended that lead and really put it away.
Yes, and it's one of the things that a lot of coaches try to do. You want to come out in that third. You want to come out in that third quarter and really establish. Really kind of put it away, and that's what they did, because in that first half, Chad Wilson paced him with 14 points. Griffin Green shot the ball very well. Mid-range shots, some great mid-range shots in that first half, and they were pretty even. In that third quarter, it was get the ball in low down to Miles McClure in the paint, and he didn't miss a shot in that second half. and that's what blew it open, and that, along with a couple of thunderous dunks by Griffin Green, and it kind of deflates the other team. And that's the main reason. Like, if you see when a player from Franklin or anyone gets a fast break and I'm yelling dunk it, that's the reason. Like, you can take the air out of the sails, with dunk. And he kind of did that in that first half. Griffin Green did with that first dunk he'd had, and it kind of took him, deflated, the lead grew, and then in the second half, dunk, and then go up by 20.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for our broadcast today. Started at 1 o'clock, and it is 7 o'clock, about 2 minutes until 7 o'clock, so a long afternoon of basketball. Hopefully you have enjoyed our broadcast on our social media platforms, Smoky Mountains YouTube, Franklin Panther Sports Network YouTube, and Facebook. For all involved, for Tony Christie, Clinton Taylor, our executive producer, I'm George Young. Till next time, so long, everybody.